No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, we're gonna play a bloody game, so you're gonna have to stay and enjoy the blood fest.
Ooh, I always enjoy a good blood fest.
It's a very good blood fest. I am losing frames for some reason.
Yeah, you notice as you're buffering.
Yeah, I'm buffering. No, it's definitely on my end. I'm losing some frame. I think it's Carl's fault.
What?
Carl's
Oh,
fault.
it's Carl's fault.
Carl's fault.
Oh my gosh.
He's the one who made me overclock my GPU.
That's not the reason, though.
It is the reason, Carl.
Oh.
Gonna give it a second. I'm gonna give it a second for a little bit before I continue. Refresh. I'm good. A few seconds behind now. Yeah, sorry, Door. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! This is. I'm looking at my stats, Carl, and rendering. I have missed 100 frames, but I haven't. It only stopped there, so that means I think it is internet issues right now.
Yeah, most likely it's internet.
So yeah, I think my graphics card can easily handle me leaving Google Chrome open. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I think it's just Comcast at that point. At this point.
Yeah.
Again, why does Comcast do this?
You get the jerks.
They're jerks.
Hey, I just realized something, Nick.
What?
So, the game suggestions. What happens if I redeem and I tell you to play one of my games?
I'm probably fine with it. As if you get 100. Actually, funny enough, I actually I was like opening up the tabs for people I want to keep viewership on, and I just realized that Grace, I finally reached over 100k points on her channel.
Oh, dang.
I don't even know how many points I have on your channel actually.
I mean, you keep spending it, so...
That's true. I think I have like what 20k something.
It's still quite a lot.
I mean, I leave yours. Yeah, 24.2k right now.
Dang.
I mean, I could request you to play a game, to be honest.
Very true. Very, very true.
It was okay a little bit, and now it's actually it's getting worse again. Yeah, I had dips before, but this is just the absolute garbage worst right now. Mario Sunshine music is pretty good, to be honest, the Door. Give me a bit. I'm gonna wait till this frame store comes out, but I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, let's see. Everyone's week's been well? Entire week's been well?
Yeah. Managed to get hired for one thing, so...
For a second I thought you were gonna say you managed to get high.
What?
No, yeah. Also, yeah. Still, congratulations, Carl.
Thank you. Still really happy about it.
Woo! Celebrate!
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Do, 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 do.
I don't even know the rest of the lyrics, to be honest, other than celebrate.
There's a party going on out here.
Do you actually know the lyrics, Alyssa?
Not all of them. I know some verses.
But everything I have against Fanto losing every time I can, so IDK. It's because of channel points. That's true. That's actually true. Do I have to lower my bitrate at this point? I don't know if I can. So sometimes it does help, sometimes it doesn't help, Carl.
Not really
It
bad.
looks fine right now.
I have to say, if it's not too long.
I just smokes the devil's lettuce. It's canon.
It's canon. I mean, Carl, do you consider it canon?
No.
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 No. All right, I think the frame storm is slowly getting out of there. So, Door, you might want to refresh around now. All right. In the meantime, as promised, Lissa, I'm gonna give her a bloody time. So this game is actually, I think you saw the first one. It's literally like very adult themed, hack and slash bloody gore fest. You get to see literal heads get decapitated.
And blood spurting.
Yep. Actually, isn't that really unrealistic to see how much blood comes out of a body kind of thing? Like spewing out of a person's head?
It definitely depends where you cut them. Because, like, if you hit an artery, then it can. It doesn't, like, shoot out of their body like a gun. But it can spurt and get everywhere. Like blood splatter.
By the way, listen, look. A kitty cat.
Oh, it's so cute. I was gonna say, what's really unrealistic is when they show someone, like, slashing you in the gut and your intestines just fall out. That doesn't happen.
It's actually not. I don't know. I actually legit thought that was a realistic thing. Is that not really not?
Not unless you cut, like, specifically, but your intestines are held together pretty firmly by, like, other muscles and, well, not muscles, but
Bones and stuff?
fibers. No, not bones. There's no bones down there.
Alright, yeah.
Fibers.
I mean, I can tell you one thing. The most unrealistic thing I've seen in this game was that I literally decapitated someone's head off. So, like, you got their neck come off. It lands back on their
And
body.
you saw the spinal cord.
Yeah, it was it basically, imagine the head completely cut off, like at the neck right here. And then it lands back on the body perfectly. And the guy somehow still talks.
Oh, gosh.
What?
Yeah, no, literally, legit. He talks for like a good minute or two.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah, no, it's at the very beginning. So I could show you if I beat this game within like less than like an hour or two, then yeah, definitely. Pretty Lady time. I actually don't know if it's Pretty Lady because of mainly because like I don't know what this this whole thing entails. But I don't think we will see the last the last time wasn't the last of her for sure. All right, time to kill some people.
3, 2, 1. What's the matter? Hey!
Is this the whole game? You just go to certain areas and just start wailing on people?
Yeah, basically. Like, this is like basically how it is, and then you can cut them up like that.
So yeah, that amount of blood splurting is unrealistic. But it's still great.
Yeah, because like you could see like I could cut people in half. You can't like actually.
Oh damn.
Yeah, can't like actually, Lissa. So how much force would it actually need to be done in order for you to cut someone like perfectly in half from head to bottom?
That I don't know, but if you want to do it perfectly in half, it'd probably take a lot because you then trying to cut the spinal cord in half, which is bone.
Mm-hmm. I didn't kill
That
her.
would take a lot to go all the way through cleanly.
Mm-hmm. No, Door, I did not kill her. She is basically my ally. She just left me because apparently Travis didn't want her advancements. And yes, those types of advancements. So yeah, like cutting people clean like that is like near impossible. Would you say? I would say near impossible, right?
I would say if you're trying to cut them in half, what you're doing now, then yeah. I mean, it's not unrealistic to cut someone's head cleanly off. Like that's how samurai used to test their swords, is how many heads they could cut through.
That and it's also the guillotine as well.
And the guillotine, yeah, but that's also uses the force of gravity as well. Sharp blade.
Travis doesn't deserve it. Yep. Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, cause so the guillotine is a lot easier, but I don't know about the. I don't know about Yeah, I don't know about cutting in half. I always was curious because like movies like that, because like I remember the most recent film I think, to be honest, that isn't yeah, because like hack and slash films don't really do that type of stuff where it basically bloody kills everyone kind of thing. Like literally cuts them up into like little pieces and whatnot, like this game does. But the only one that I can think of really clearly is that from, do you know the movie Expendables with like the old 80s films like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and like a bunch of other old actors?
I don't know. It doesn't really sound familiar.
It came back in like 2000. It was back in 2010, the first one, and that was rated R. And that basically had a moment where what was it? Like basically Sylvester Stallone's character was able to, like, no joke, use his hand, like basically throw down his hand with a knife and cut someone's arm off and then their head just with a knife.
One go.
Yep, one go. And that was the only part of like I remember a movie doing that, to be honest. And honestly, I think I even asked my dad, like, is that even realistic? And it's like, no, because I think he says like you need a lot of force and even to cut someone's even wrist off, especially their head.
More, I mean, you can do it in one go, but I would probably not with a knife. That'd be hard.
Like you need a really sharp knife in that, if that's the case, right?
Well, yeah, you just need something sharp and then something that has more mass than a knife.
It would be well, doesn't, well, I mean, like, there's the samurai swords. They're not that much heavier. With, guess they are.
Yeah, they're heavier than a knife. I don't know how heavy the original ones are.
3, 2, 1.
It's kind of disturbing though that samurais in this day and age are like treated as like honorable people, but they decapitate people as a way to test out their weapons. Honestly, that's kind of disturbing.
They
Well,
that's
I mean,
the culture. They use prisoners to do that.
Also, the samurai, they're not really that honorable, like, in history.
Really,
Like,
they're not.
despite what,
They're a lot of times in history they're perceived as basically like
they're like
a
knights.
sword, sword for hire or whatever you call it.
In reality, it's more likely that they're actually pretty brutal and pretty, how to say, not racist, but more like, they prefer class segregation because of the code, because of the feudal system that they lived by at the time.
So what you're saying is all anime and movies and stories nowadays are fake. Got it.
Well, okay, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But I will say though that they are misrepresenting. They are pretty much getting rid of accuracy
Yeah.
in terms of how they're actually portrayed.
I mean, technically speaking, Carl, it's this day and age where they get rid of like all the dark, bad history that people really don't like. Heck, like again, we talk about this like the Grimsley fairy tales of like the Little Mermaid, Cinderella, or like even like or even Sleeping Beauty are like straight up like this. If they made a movie of that, there's gonna be a huge controversy of it, and the people think it's like you're not accurate to the source material, and so it's like, no, it is accurate. It's just not talked about nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like I remember Sleeping Beauty. I remember watching the movie a little bit, and like knowing about what Sleeping Beauty is. Like, okay, cool, that's a nice little love story. And then later, like when I got into high school, near the end of like high school and stuff like that, we learned about the Grimsley tales. I believe it was high school, and you're just like, yeah, in the Grimsley tale, Sleeping Beauty was raped by the king and had babies before she even awoke. And it was just
Yeah,
like,
well, she was unconscious.
yeah, it's just like, why?
Yeah.
This is one of those things. It's like those are fairy tales made by those guys. Like, why do they think that?
At the time.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
The main
Fairy tales
reason-
for children were different back then. They were more to
Scare.
scare and ward off than to
Like,
entertain.
yeah, basically it was to discourage bad behavior.
Was it actually?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the original intent.
I actually did not know that, to be honest. So that's actually news to me.
So, I mean, so with that kind of context, it makes a bit more sense as to why that is the case. But
I guess so,
Yeah.
but still, that's disturbing
it
nonetheless.
is very, it's still, it is
Oh
very,
yeah,
it's,
they're
it
all
is
just the
disturbing.
same. I mean, they're all like that. Like with Cinderella, the stepsisters cut off their feet to fit
Really?
in the shoes. And then,
Really?
Yeah.
Yep,
Cut
they
off
fit in
the
slipper.
heel and the toes to fit in the slippers. and
Oh
then
right, I remember
when they're
that.
discovered, the crows come and peck their eyes out.
I
Pinocchio
remember that.
dies.
It was also like they were doing that, and it got. I think I remember the Cinderella, the shoe got really bloody and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that's how they knew, or the prince knew that it didn't actually fit them because of all the blood.
You can't kill for a living and be honorable in this day and age, kind of thing. Yeah, guess so.
I mean, what about duels?
True. When it's like purposely one-on-one. Yeah.
I do not want to die.
Yeah. In this one, it's like I learned apparently last, like near the end of last stream, where apparently like there's a combo where you can put them in the infinite loop. So duels aren't
Nice.
killing for a living. It's a spontaneous fight. I mean, duels are like, at least back in the day, like Western and all that stuff, weren't they used to get properties or like prove you're greater kind of thing?
It was more. I mean, it was more like a.
They were used
Salt,
to,
it was
like,
more like a
settle-
salt match.
Yeah.
Settle disputes.
Yeah. So you know, like
It
salty
wasn't just Western. That was pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's
you know,
true.
so you know, like salty exhibitions in like in competitive fighters.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
So, or okay, here's a better term. Grudge matches.
yep.
There you go. Think of it like that. That's what duels were back then.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, it again, this is just the modern day thing. It's just like it kind of ruins a lot of aspect. Which, also one of the things I kind of wish modern learning taught, like the actual old ways of like what these actually meant. Because again, you guys are telling me some things that I even didn't fully know. But then again, I also knew that these weren't fully true because Disney and like a lot of moderns, like they wanted to protect the kids and not teach them like all these dark stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really disturbing when you do that. Think about it, like how that they evolved back in the day.
You can blame modern society for softening up on certain ideas, basically.
Oh yeah, no, I I agree. Like there, I mean I'm like one of those people that basically be like, I think it's better for people to know about like certain aspects of society for sure. It's just one of those things that definitely teach them when they're ready, to be honest. And it definitely be like but like make sure people know about what is like what was the back in the day for like these movies or like these stories and stuff like that. Like again with samurais and everything, like they, as you said, they don't really fight for honor, but a lot of media uses them as like, oh hey, this samurai lost his family. It's like, oh, but I'm willing to fight you one-on-one for honor and blah 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 kind of thing. And it's like, well, that's not actually historically accurate in any way kind of thing.
I mean, that's not. I mean, obviously, that's not to say that they don't have honor. No, they do. It's just, it's not 100%. Like, it's not as often as you think, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the same thing with how knights are. How did I go through the wall? Well, that's something I need to fix. Okay. But yeah, in terms of like, I feel like it's like the same thing with medieval knights.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they're portrayed in media.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you think of King Arthur, and you know, obviously he's fictional, but you know, the chivalry and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure how accurate it totally is, like, to like real life. I feel like it's may not actually be as it may not be as like honorable as, you know, people like to make it out to be.
I mean, wasn't King Arthur? I know that I know that some of the famous people in like I actually like one of the examples is that Thomas Edison, for example. I respected him as a inventor when I was a kid. Like he invented the light bulb, and it's like he was actually well respected. That's what we were taught early on, and then it's just like when you later on learn he was actually a complete a-hole.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then like I know wasn't like some of the some of the rulers back in the day were also really jerkish. Just like, oh yeah, they're historically great, but like personality wise they're absolutely a-holes. Like I don't know, can't think of some people.
Genghis Khan is like an extreme example.
Oh yeah, Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
It's like if you're Asian, there's a good chance that you have some Genghis Khan blood in you.
Actually, yeah, that is true. That's just fact.
Yeah, that's like Carl and I are Asian, and there's a good chance for either one of us have Genghis Khan blood in our DNA.
Okay, so that's why we rage.
Oh, that's one of those things. Like I learned Genghis Khan as a ruler, and I knew he was ruthless. I didn't think he was that like. I wouldn't say ruthless, but I didn't think he was that like really big.
Right, but at the same time, you don't think of him as like as a nice guy either.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that he's actually really merciful, like according to the text, like from multiple sources, like of different cultures. He's actually merciful as long as you accept his terms of surrender.
But that's like
Yeah,
accept
but
his
if you
term.
don't, he like killed like, I don't know, 15% of that current world population. Not current world, but like when he was alive, that world population.
Yep.
During his conquest.
Yep.
Let's see. We should simply remove guns and replace them with swords. Then you actually need skill to use them. Fun fact: Disney sucks. The new Hotel Transylvania movie revealed that the Invisible Man looked like, and despite all signs pointing to him being black man, he ended up being a horrible anti-Semitic Jewish stereotype. Is that the Invisible Man's original intent?
I don't know.
I know that I don't think Disney owned Transylvania, but I know that Gandhi, the person who made Samurai Jack, is directing it.
Ooh, like Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack was...
I don't know. I only saw the first Hotel Transylvania. I've never seen
2,
any
3,
other ones.
and then the 4th one coming out.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that.
Well, apparently Adam Sandler got replaced because he didn't agree with the script with the 4th one.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but also going back on the samurai thing, Samurai Jack is a
Oh.
prime example of like honor and all that stuff. It's like they.
I mean, yes.
As you said, I don't doubt that some had actual honor, but yeah, I also say like Samurai Jack also is like a really glorified samurai of this modern day and age kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think all samurais are like that.
Then again, I don't think all samurais, or any that for that matter, fought demons in the underworld.
Or robots.
Or robots, yeah.
Yeah, he fought a lot of things.
That's true. He fought like robots, he fought like creatures, he met dog people. And he actually killed human beings for the first time in like 50 years when he was in that whole season. The whole series. I like the ending to Samurai Jack, but it was a bittersweet. Have you seen the ending to it, Lissa?
You know, I watched it, but I don't remember how it went.
I
I
mean,
watched all Samurai Jack all the way through.
that was a classic cartoon series back when I was young. I remember watching it a lot.
Yeah, I remember enjoying watching it. I remember it wasn't thing I necessarily like. If there was something else on, I would probably watch that more, but I enjoyed Samurai Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Samurai Jack was one of those, like, it was definitely the most violent like cartoon series at the time. At least that's one of the most violent.
Especially on Saturday morning cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons. Heck, like even back then, they even showed guns like on cameras, like shooting people constantly.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Sometimes, because, you know, Pokemon.
Oh, that's why I don't know what you're talking about. You're being old. Yes, I'm being old. I'm sorry, Dor.
Yeah, I don't know when Samurai Jack came out. I just
Saturday? I mean, that's like when Saturday morning cartoons were like
A big thing, yeah.
still was still a thing in the 2000s. So
It was one of the original cartoons on Cartoon Network.
wait, I thought it was also on like Kids WB.
No, it was never on Kids WB.
Oh really?
I don't think so. I mean, there was like Xiaolin Showdown on Kids WB.
Shaolin. Shaolin.
Xiaolin?
You pronounce it Shaolin, not Xiaolin.
Yeah, whatever. Same thing.
Trying to think. They even say it in the freaking opening theme.
Xiaolin Showdown.
Shaolin.
Xiaolin.
Showdown. Think of it as an SH sound.
Xiaolin.
No, not Gallon. Gallon Showdown, yes. They're all weapons.
Yeah. That series is one of my favorites for sure. Hey, thanks, Kasumi, for the hydrate.
I forgot what it's about though. Like, what was it? Like collecting certain items? Or...
Yeah. So basically, what was it? Wuya, which is the evil spirit, wanted
Okay,
to
you
collect...
say that right. Okay.
Well, I mean, it kept happening. She basically wanted to take over the world, blah blah blah, kind of thing. And whoever made all the items, kind of thing, hid them all, and then they are basically on the move to find which one, kind of thing, like all the items.
Right.
And it was actually really cool. They actually had other different characters show up in character development and stuff like that.
It's also about... It's all about wagering the items to play games, right?
Yeah, basically. And then eventually that they learned to do Shiny Dare, I believe that was it called.
Is that like near the end?
No, that was definitely not near the end. They used that like, I think like in season 2 or like some way into season 1, where basically they wager a second item. They basically wager a second item together, like both of them.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you can get more out of it or you lose more. So it's like that's actually a really cool idea for like a duel kind of thing. Like that was one of those things, like it was actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like. I actually recently rewatched. Well, not even recently, but I rewatched it not too long ago per se, and it was definitely one of those like, why are you running? Why are you running? Get back here!
What?
But it was definitely one of those like it was very fun to watch, and they tried making a reboot sequel, which was really
did?
weird.
Like when?
Back in like 2013, I think.
Oh, how did I miss that then?
It was very much a failure for many reasons. For
Did they
one,
not market it?
they tried ish. It was called Shaolin Chronicles.
Oh, that's probably why then. They forgot they didn't add the showdown part.
Well, no, here's the problem. Here's the problem, Carl. It was made in Canada.
So? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why it was made in Canada, and I'm not to hate on Canada, by the way. It's specifically the reason why is because the original series was made in America.
Yeah.
Canada didn't have all the rights,
Okay.
so they did basically most of the voice actors, except Tara Strong, obviously she has a dual citizenship, could not return to reprise their roles for one thing, and because of the rights was in America for the most part, they couldn't even use the name Shaolin Showdown. Hence the Chronicles. They made what's the dragon name? Mushu, right?
No, not what?
What's the dragon
No,
name?
you're thinking of Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan is Mushu.
Oh yeah, Mulan.
Mushu.
Whatever the dragon. Instead of green, they turned him yellow.
Okay,
The
that's
artifacts, they had to change the names of all of them, basically. Like actually,
gosh.
and they yeah. So basically, they changed up a lot of the plot and the stuff just because they didn't have the full-on rights. But that's also not the big problem. It acted like a sequel, but also a reboot at the same time, which was the most confusing part about the whole thing, was just because, is it a reboot or is it a sequel? That was a lot of people's questioning. And what ended up happening was, it basically started off as like a sequel where they make references to the original. It's like, oh yeah, you got this, but then why is this gone? Blah, blah, blah kind of thing. And then eventually went off to as a reboot where it just restarted everything, just all that. And they also added a new character that was literally an Omi character, and they made his power be wood.
What?
No joke, by the way.
Wait, actually no, wait, that makes a little bit of sense. From Chinese mythology. Or not mythology.
I mean,
Chinese
Chinese
culture.
mythology makes sense, but for a lot of kids, it didn't really make a lot of sense.
Believe it or not, just quickly, just to give some quick context, wood is actually one of the main elements
Really?
in Chinese culture. Yes. So you have was it water, fire, air, was it earth, and then you have gold, like metal, and then wood.
I mean, they could have done metal. It would have been a little bit more interesting than wood, to be honest.
I think metal would have been interesting, but at least it makes sense from a cultural standpoint.
Cultural standpoint, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's kind of lame. Like wood.
Yeah, no, it was straight up. And they also, as I said, they made the character literally an Omi character. They didn't make the character related to Omi. Omi did not know them. They just made it as a Omi character. That's it.
Huh.
There was no reason for it. And they also just happened to be there at the first episode. That's it.
I see.
So, yeah, it wasn't a great beginning of the series, to be honest. I watched like the first episode and I could not get over. I just could not.
See, like the reason why I was questioning, like the reason why I was a little bit like I was a little bit puzzled when you said that because it was made in Canada was originally because I was like, wait, but the original Ocean dub or the original dubs of Dragon Ball Z was done in Canada, and those were fine. Like,
Yeah, that's a different thing because Toei Animation allowed them to have that dub. Plus, also the Ocean dub kind of copied the Funimation script, and the Funimation no, the
other
Ocean
way
dub
around.
started first, and then the Funimation went past it, and then they started copying each other's script.
Unless you get like I forgot what it's called, like the really old, like one of the very first Dragon Ball dubs. I'm talking
Harmony
about Dragon Ball,
Gold.
not Dragon Ball Z. Harmony Gold. There we go. Basically, you got wait, I forgot what Corn was called. Something the Whiskers Cat.
Maybe I don't know.
Whiskers, the Wonder Cat. I think.
whiskey. But yeah, no, it that is different compared to animation and story wise, like actually.
Okay.
So like, technically speaking, they could have potentially had all the rights to the original show. They could have. But it's also that this is not Toei Animation or Japan, where they trying to like branch off to America to give them more exposure and money, kind of thing. This one is just an old show, cartoon show that most of the time cartoon shows don't really come back a lot of the time. Heck, nowadays, like a lot of old cartoon shows haven't really made a big comeback. Courage the Cowardly Dog failed to make a comeback.
Oh, I missed that show.
Yeah, Popeye failed to make a comeback. Yeah, basically like those old cartoon shows are really hard to make a comeback, Carl. It sucks, but it's true.
Well, I mean, that's for a multitude of reasons. I think one is nostalgia, the expectations, like you have like all these, and also like just different standards nowadays.
Yep.
Like what is and what isn't allowed on TV. And unfortunately, I feel like that's the latter part is what kills a lot of these TV shows, like a lot of these reboots.
Yep. That's it, especially.
One exception though, I think, is Animaniacs. I haven't seen the reboot for it, but I've heard that's good.
I've watched like a couple episodes. It's actually pretty good.
Like they still make fun of social norms. And I feel like, and because of that, I think a lot of people are going to get triggered by it, which is the point.
There's actually a joke that people got really triggered by because it's actually outdated, but I'll let you know after this cutscene.
Okay. Oh, is there an important cutscene happening?
Yeah, there's a cutscene happening right now. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's not. It again. The story of this cutscene, like this game, is not really that big. It doesn't make much sense.
I'm just playtesting right now.
I'm so mad that my screen is cracked pretty bad. An undo shortcut for my drawing app is 2 fingers taps, and because my screen is cracked, it undoes everything with wanting me. Oh no, door.
Ooh.
No.
That sucks so bad.
I'm sorry, door. I hope it
that'd
gets
be
better.
awful.
Sorry to hear that.
Yep.
That last fight got a little sick, even for me.
Aren't you gonna read it?
Huh? Read it? Now? Here?
Yes! You have to read it out loud just for lulz.
Why are
So
well, this
big,
girl
you
is
have to be
suspicious.
Great. So you read and I'll play it on my flute, okay?
You're joking.
You're gonna
right?
slice him in half.
Read this here?
She's gonna slice him in half.
Get into it.
At least attempt to.
To my dearest Travis the
Playing the
Great.
clarinet.
Hi there,
That's a recorder technically, but yeah.
I am the girl who
Whatever.
loves you the most in the
It's
entire
still
world. But in
interesting.
order to prove that I'm your #1 fan, I need some kind of evidence. Because no matter how much I
She's
insist,
giving him a signal.
one or the other chick or bitch can approach you and say the exact same thing. That is why I've decided that I should become strong. By doing so, I knew that someday I'd be able to get closer to you. Putting my
animation
title as
is
Travis
also
the
kinda
Great's
weird.
#1
Yeah,
fan
it's
on
weird.
Vine,
This game is
I
it is
embarked on this
old. It's from like
path and ended up
2007, I
winning the
believe.
National Student
2009,
Assassin
2007.
Championship. I really
You know,
did
but the
my best.
cutscene where she's just,
But you know, in
why is
hindsight,
she
it
the
was a
tree
cinch.
now?
You know,
guess
I have
was
no
blessed.
idea.
I could
You should have
master
seen
one
earlier
thing,
this game.
maybe
Apparently,
it would take
there was a
years
giant
to
transformation of mechs in this game.
And
What?
then,
Yeah,
I
no,
found
Travis
a new
basically
world.
went into a giant mech. A bunch of 25 different cheerleaders and a football man went into transformed into a giant mech in space.
oh my god, what is this?
It sounds ridiculous, but it is true.
It's kind of embarrassing, you know. Well, anyways, I've made up my
Dor
mind.
might have saw
I
it all,
know
but
I won't be killed by anyone. I shall defeat Travis the Great in battle. Only then will Travis the Great become mine and mine only.
Okay, I concluded that my game has
Travis the
can
Great's #1
player can
fan?
gain too much momentum to clip
Mhm.
through walls.
Mhm.
Budge.
Okay, so much for the dose of innocence. But you've got the bloodlust. I'm sure about that.
Yeah, there we go.
she got
Recreated it.
bloodlust.
I'm legit and way tougher.
She's
than I
Alyssa.
look. So,
What?
don't hold
She
back.
got bloodlust. It's like she's Alyssa.
Mistake, and you're over. This is for real.
If you're trying to give me a
Oh,
headache, it's working.
there you go.
Now it's lesson time.
As an ex-clarinet player, I'm hurt that you thought something as simply as that is a clarinet, says Dor.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really care or know anything about other instruments besides piano. I was forced to play the clarinet in elementary school, and that's it.
And so Kasumi agrees with the anime stuff.
So, sorry about that door, but I only really care about the piano.
Yep. Also, this is gonna get a little situational, but I'm gonna tell the joke because the Animaniacs did so briefly, kind of thing.
I hate
What?
your recovery to get up, Nick. It's just you twerking on the ground.
Don't you just love it?
I don't.
You don't love me twerking on the ground? I guess you don't like my twerks. You heard it here, folks. Lissa doesn't like my twerks. But so Carl, the script of Animaniacs, which they do mention in the series, to make sure people, people understand, is that the script of that Animaniacs in 2020 was made in 2018. Okay. So a lot of the political jokes and all that stuff were outdated in some certain regards, by the way.
Okay.
And one of the jokes that they did was, unfortunately, make fun of Johnny Depp. Do you know his situation?
What happened?
Basically, there was a lawsuit that Amber Heard, his ex-wife, called Johnny out as an abusive husband, which ruined his entire career and got him fired from like a lot of movies and stuff now.
Oh.
However, Carl, the reason why that joke is very outdated, because while she did win that case, it's been proven that Johnny has shown evidence that Amber was the true abuser and everything, and she even admitted that. However, she won the case, and so unfortunately Johnny's innocence and everything is completely ruined.
So, aka hashtag cancel culture sucks.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that was the joke, and unfortunately it was very outdated, which a lot of people actually got upset about on the internet.
Yeah, okay, that one makes a bit more sense because
Yep.
it's yeah,
Yeah,
it's not really political commentary at that point or
Yep.
social commentary. It's just bad taste.
Yep, and this wasn't like a main joke. It literally was a 1 second picture of a joke. But obviously the internet is really, really observant.
Yeah.
And
picky.
also at the same time, really dumb. They have selective hearing.
Yep.
How can they be? How can they have the eyes of a hawk yet the ears of a sloth?
That's actually a really good way to think about it.
Yeah, it is. I like that.
No, I appreciate that, Carl. I actually didn't think about that.
Thanks. I came up with it on the spot.
Yeah, no, that was actually really good. No joke. Working with my very similar shades of dark gray paint. Oof. Also, Lissa, you better pay attention to the cat. This is actually kind of funny.
Kitty cat?
He's so
Yeah.
cutie.
Look what I'm doing. Massaging it.
Oh my god.
What the fuck are you doing?
That cat is like freaking out.
I'm massaging it.
What the fuck are you doing? No.
I'm massaging it.
It looks like you're strangling it through its stomach.
I'm trying to make it exercise. Apparently, this is a good way to make it lose weight. Apparently, Lissa.
I'm sorry, what?
No, in this game, so this cat is overweighted, so I basically have to play with it in order to make sure it loses weight, and apparently it lost 1.13 pounds because of that.
Oh my god. Okay. This reminds me of those.
That makes no sense.
you know how-
Playing, yes.
you know those
Massaging,
commercials?
no.
What the fuck are you?
I'm stretching it.
What's this animation?
You're not. You're just picking it up.
Yeah, you're just. Are you just letting gravity
That
do the
cat
work?
is bigger than your head. It is huge. It is bigger than your torso. What is going on?
Oh, actually, Lissa, so apparently I was asking Kyle about the weight of cats, apparently. So, what's a good weight for a cat to be healthy? Okay, what would you say is
It
a good
depends
weight?
what type of cat. If you're talking about a regular domestic cat, then I would say probably, I don't know, maybe 10 or so pounds. If you're talking about a Mancoon, that's bigger. Mancoons are huge.
Mancoons?
Yeah,
That
Mancoons.
was close.
Sounds like
I don't know how to describe a Mancoon. They're just big cats with lots of fur. You have to look it up, but they get really big.
why? Why did
They're
I
like
first think of
15,
Tom
maybe.
Nook when you said
Oh, no.
Mancoon? Because I think it's because I thought of raccoon.
Maine Coon is
Because
my
the-
dream cat. Maine Coon's my dream cat. Big fluffy cat says Door.
Yeah, they're pretty cute. Our hospital cat is a Mancoon.
You say
So
Mancoon, but is it Maine Coon?
Maine Coon or
Mancoon.
Man?
I don't know. I call it Mancoon. It might be Mancoon. But
Uh,
my cat is a tiny cat, and he's 7 pounds, but he's
Okay.
actually a perfect weight for his size, like for how big he is,
Mhm.
bone wise and all of that. But yeah, no, my cat's tiny.
Let's see. I've expressed my intense love for Minecraft and games. Avoid the fandom because of plague. It's tends to be toxic. Yeah, toxic fans are one thing. I avoid certain communities because I just don't want the toxicity. Anyway, going
Yeah,
down.
which is really sad. But
Yeah, it
so
is.
true.
It really sucks. But actually, one of the so the cat Alyssa that I just made fit again. Apparently, its original weight was like 22 pounds.
Another rule change?
Oh my god,
No,
I've
it's
definitely
about
seen
timing.
cats that big,
I
and
want
that's
to clear the
definitely
air.
way overweight.
Why?
I think the most I've
We
ever
are
seen though is
divorced
20
now, you know.
pounds, and
What's that
it's
got to do with me?
a
I
lot.
don't want to hear any of that shit.
The last time when you and Henry fought each other,
Yeah,
You know,
I
the
remember.
way that you made that
You
cat lose
stopped
weight
us
reminds me of
instead
those
letting us
commercials.
settle things
Those
for good, like
seeing it
men.
on
Those shake weights.
or
know
yeah, seeing it
why I
on
stopped
TV,
you.
you know,
I did not
commercials
want you to have
Yeah.
to kill
where it's like you
another.
have these
By yourself.
automatic machines
What
that
the hell
does
does that
was it
mean?
that supposedly does the work for
You
you.
told me
Yet in reality, that's not
killing
how
wins by
losing weight
killing.
works. It involves
Now
stress
you
and
say you want us
tension.
both to live.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
actually working your
Your damn
body.
mind.
Or are you talking those
They're
things where
our
you like
rights,
hook it up
and we
around
know
your
how to end
middle
them
and
a
it
lot
just
better
like
than some
jiggles
bitch in the
you?
box stand.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I
Tell me
It's like, you
remember
know, those
those.
belts.
How many
Yeah, those
personalities
belts.
do you have?
Exactly.
So what?
Except in this case, Nick
You
is
want
literally
revenge,
just
right?
Nick
Your
is the
parents
belt.
could not care
Yep.
less about that.
Chunky cat. It was a chunky cat.
Once I'm
Oh,
number
so welcome
one,
back, Max.
these
How you doing,
bullshit
Max?
ranking
The dream
fights are over.
fandom is the
Got it?
definition of tying to success. It gets
Assassins aren't
a bit
tools.
much.
As
It used to
fucked
be
up as
real
we
nice
might
though.
be,
Yeah,
humans
no.
too.
Toxicity in any culture, cancel culture is just really bad. I keep up to date with some cancel culture just because it's just like it's all over the internet at that point. But it's not something I really like. I really don't like cancel culture.
I already voiced
Hmm?
I already voiced my disdain for it, so I won't repeat it here. but-
Yep. I voiced mine a few times. I don't know about Lissa. She never voiced hers.
Well, I was
Like-
never part of those, but yeah, no.
Like, we
I don't
joke
like
about
cancel culture.
like, was it Nick and I joke about it, but in all seriousness, it's something that we actively try to avoid because it's so bad for your health, like mental health, and it's not, you know, it's something that, you know, it's just drama, and you know, it's not always good.
It
It's
just
not good
gets
to
a
talk about it.
lot. Like, I've seen, I was part of, not a part of, but I was there when there was stuff going down in the makeup community, and it was all cancel culture, and it was just,
What?
it was a lot.
Makeup
And it was,
community?
Really? Makeup community?
yeah, I don't expect any of you guys to know about this.
I mean, I don't wear makeup,
It's
so
fine.
that's a thing.
No, what are you talking about? I
Oh yeah,
totally
by
wear
the way,
makeup all day.
Carl, with
Yeah?
enough power, I get turned into a tiger.
Why?
This game's weird. I'm a kitty cat, Lissa.
Meow.
I mean, do you like tigers?
Rar, rar.
Rar rar. Yeah, I was gonna say not meow meow, rar rar.
Hey, you know, they're just big cats. So meow meow.
That's true.
Bite them. Bite
I
'em in
did.
the jugular.
The jugular! Punch him in the gosh darn throat! If you don't know that reference, that's from Reddit versus Blue. Jeffree Star? Who's Jeffree Star?
Oh, Jeffree Star is a huge makeup guru. He has his own brand names and everything. Jeffree Star, James Charles, who's also... I don't know if you've seen him, but he's done stuff with Jacksepticeye now, especially Among Us.
I think I
Gameplay.
might have seen them a couple times, but I don't remember what he
Yeah.
looks like right now.
They have a huge YouTube, like, not necessarily tutorials, but just like their makeup artistry, and they have their own like color palettes and all of that.
Kitty cat again. Oh, I'm inside.
Anyway, they get into a lot of, not necessarily with each other, but they themselves just get into a lot of drama.
Good drama or funny? The funny drama or bad drama?
No, cancel culture drama.
Yeah.
They're just constantly in drama. Either, not always their faults, I should say, but definitely just sometimes it's their faults. But
Yeah.
there's just a lot of cancel culture in the makeup community with just like all of the creators and everything. But Jeffree Star was the one who did a collab with Shane Dawson.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
Shane Johnson
yeah.
was one of the OG YouTubers who got canceled. And I think for good reason, though.
Wait, why did I think of the WWE wrestler?
Sean?
I thought, oh, that's a different, yeah.
Wait, no, not Sean. Sheamus.
Yeah, Shane is the wrestler.
Let's see. Honestly, I'm pissed off people tried to cancel on the biggest one's Dream It's Up because he released his first song and didn't fit a certain time zone. People get pissy. Like, people get pissy easily. Not for good reason, though. If you don't please certain people, and you're really, really big, you're gonna get canceled at some point. At least attempted to.
Yeah, it really sucks, but it's very true.
Yeah, it's like when you're a celebrity and you're a pretty big celebrity, you're gonna get canceled at some point. Whether it be like really getting a lot of traction or not, that's just depends on what's the canceling is all. Let's see. I recall hearing negative things about Jeffree Star. He's quite a presence online. Some drama has spurred from him.
Yeah, he's been part of a lot of stuff. There've been was it his Twitter? Or I can't remember what social media it was, but people found racist comments, or what seemed to be racist comments that he's made when he was younger on social media.
Oh, that. Yeah,
But
yeah.
that was when he was younger, though, right?
Yes, that's actually another thing. Like, you know James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, Carl? I know Lissa does.
Yeah.
But, Carl, do you know James Gunn? Okay, James Gunn is basically the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. You heard of that, right? At least.
Well, now that you told him.
Have you heard of
No.
Scooby-Doo, the live-action one?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yes.
was the writer for that.
Oh, okay.
He's basically a big named director now, and like a big person in the industry. However, it was before Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because there's 2 of them out now. What happened was cancel culture went thought it was like good to cancel him, that they went so far to go into his old Twitter, like his Twitter, find really old tweets that he made some like jokes that and you know like how jokes and like how cartoons changed from decades kind of thing, like some
Yeah.
jokes like on the internet would not stand today kind of thing and all that stuff. He made some of those jokes that would definitely not stand today, but back in the day, he tweeted them out, and it was like acceptable in a sense. They brought it back. They brought that back, and basically told Marvel that this is what he said. He's a terrible person, and all that stuff. And he went out of his way to actually apologize for that. Even deleted those tweets, but it basically got to a point where he got so traction that Marvel just let him go, and it became such a big backlash on him. However, the cancel culture that was their only successful thing on them, because what ended up happening was that made Marvel get a huge backlash of both actors, directors, and fans, that eventually Marvel had to come back, rescind, and rehire James Gunn after that. But that's basically one of the prime examples of that cancel culture, looking at like old tweets and stuff like that. This is what I remember.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Yeah, cancel culture's dumb. And again, as I said before, eyes like an eagle, ears like a sloth.
Yeah.
It's such a paradox, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. Like, legit. Like, they go out of the way to find information, like, to a person they absolutely hate. And yet they can't pay attention more than 5 minutes or do proper research on something that would either dispute that or prove their innocence.
Yep.
And this is also one of those things, and not to rag on every single journalist, but this is one of those things I kind of dislike about a lot of journalists nowadays, is that they use clickbait titles that have little, yeah, like they say the most, like, some of the most clickbaity stuff, like, oh, this actor says they don't like this director or something like that. But in regards, it's like, I don't like the certain directing style, but it's like, it's not their terrible person or whatever like that. They just like, they make it sound like, oh, I absolutely hate this person and I don't want to work with them anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's just say that journalism nowadays just kind of sucks, because, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you the amount of times I go on, like during dinner, I would just go on to the news and then look under science and then just take a look at how many like lazy / clickbaity science titles I see, such as, well, first of all, it's like, oh yeah, did you know that this planet is orbiting this close to its parent star? I'm like, yeah, we've known this for like literally decades. Can you tell us something new? And then another one is like, oh my gosh, new discovery around distant star, maybe aliens. I'm like, no, it's not. Or scientists may think it's aliens. No, they don't.
They legit don't. They just, yeah.
Because they omit certain aspects of it that scientists suggest the possibility, but it's far from the main reason.
Yeah.
It's like,
Let's see. I recall hearing there's also a weird trend where whenever someone becomes a villain, no matter how kind and amazing they are, in real life, the more toxic and mostly younger side of the fandom tends to bash on the creators. That's when people themselves just don't know how to differentiate an actual person or not. Like, I've seen some of the most a-hole characters in history that I personally absolutely hate. I despise. But I've seen the actors who play them, and they are actually genuinely nice people in like interviews. Like, they actually answer them, and they actually make sure that everyone's okay, kind of thing. They don't talk out of turn. It's like, people don't know how to differentiate what fiction and reality is. Slice and Dice and Tiger Timer? Yep, Tiger Timer is the thing to make this game, make me a tiger. While I love that he said things back then, people are capable of change, and cancel culture is dumb. Yeah, people are capable of changing. It's some people have a harder time of changing than others, of course. And obviously, he adapted to today's day and age, like James Gunn's day and age of a day and age of jokes and stuff. So it's not exactly it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's just the problem nowadays. It's just people just try to go for things that they feel like it deserves all the hate and everything. I don't like it. But then again, this is how we live, to be honest. Oh. Gotta cut up a lot of people, by the way. Oh, oh, oh. Dang it. How do I get back my health?
Special delivery.
By the way, Listo, that cat picture you posted is really cute and adorable.
I don't know if you heard me laughing, but I looked over and because I heard crunching and I just heard bursting out laughing because he's just sitting in the back.
Is that your shoebox?
Yeah, I bought new work shoes recently, and I didn't think anything of leaving it open, and all of a sudden there he is in the box, rolled up in the tissue paper it comes in it.
Needs to be like my box.
Yeah, pretty much. He loves boxes. Boxes and bags.
Really?
Oh yeah, well, not all cats, but as far as I know, most of the cats I've met love boxes and bags. Just things they can get in. But he's not in the box anymore. He's currently sleeping on my chair.
Mm.
But that's probably more comfy than the box.
I mean, it definitely is. As a kid, I always loved being in boxes whenever my parents got big boxes. But first,
I loved being in when they were huge and I could fit entirely inside or like hide in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no, that's type of cancel culture is really dumb, Dor. That's stupid. But anyway, moving on from that cancel culture talk,
Yeah.
the top, like, actually, going on boxes. Actually, have you guys ever, as a kid, really wanted to like build a fort as a kid or have a treehouse?
Yeah.
Because
I think at one point, yeah.
I was gonna say I had a little castle-ish thing, playground in the backyard, and never a treehouse.
I remember like a bunch of TV shows, like actually a bunch of TV shows and stuff like that. That would be like, there was one TV show that was basically all of them, like the intro was literally them building a fort together, a box fort in the backyard, and then you go inside, it's just like this giant big like set. And it was like, I don't know what it's called, but as a kid I always wanted to do that. And it was just like, when my parents got like an actual box, because like my parents got like desktops and stuff, and they would like open the box and I'll be like, oh, I want to be inside the box. I could literally just hop in and put myself in the box and start like playing around in it. But my parents were always just like, no, you can't keep the box. And it's like, oh, I always wanted to as a kid. And obviously I couldn't get like a treehouse, unfortunately, due to the fact that we always kept moving. So treehouses were like not a good investment for us at all.
Yeah, I see that.
I always liked the tree houses, like treehouse. I guess one of the big things about tree houses as well was the TV show Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
That one,
Those are some great tree houses.
yeah, that one was probably one of the biggest examples of me wanting a tree house and just be like, all right, guys, let's play adult tyranny and all that stuff. It was one of those like I've always wanted as a kid, but obviously there was a lot of reasons why it couldn't happen.
Yeah, no, one of my friends, I mean, it wasn't huge or anything, but she had like a legit tree house at her home, so we'd hang out there sometimes.
Really? Oh, I'm jelly.
It was pretty fun. It was tiny, but it's still cool because you know, legit tree house. But
What color is Shinobu's eyes? I don't know, actually.
no,
Yeah, it's... I thought blue. I think blue door? I think. I don't know. Could be wrong. Actually, I'm probably am wrong anyway. Because I don't know. I'm just taking a guess. I am wrong. See, I'm usually wrong. See, Lissa's right. Never trust me. When you're trying to make me like remember what something looks like, I generally don't remember fully. But I didn't tell you what they are. They're definitely not blue. Brown then? B-R-O-N-W-N. I can't spell brown. That's how you spell brown, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wait, am I in the ladies' room? Ooh, fancy.
Oh my gosh, Nick.
What? Travis is a very adult-centric guy where he basically wants to get down with a certain chick. This game is ridiculous and so adult-oriented, it should not be shown to kids.
All right.
Be shown to kids.
I am showing
I
it to
think-
kids. Carl.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna be heading
but
out.
weren't we just talking about
Right.
how sensitive everyone was
That's true.
nowadays?
That's
It's
true.
like,
Alright, Carl. I'll talk to you
Oh.
later. See you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow. Also, Max, if you're still there, thank you for playing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We'll catch you later, Max. Or catch you later, Carl.
Yes.
Night.
Night.
All right. Good night.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye. I'm seeing red, pink, and gray. Do any of those. Those are good. But, yeah, sensitivity. This game came back in the 2000s, which I guess this wouldn't have passed that well. Well, no, it was on the Wii a lot, so definitely wouldn't pass a lot.
I think,
know this song?
I don't know, because gore games, not necessarily gore, but
How
bloody games got
tragic.
relatively popular. Not too.
Then let me teach you.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell is she holding?
A gun.
It's a weird looking gun. It looks more like a cannon.
It does.
Yeah.
Is she the Green
Anyway, I
Reaper?
think it just depends how they rated this game back then.
That rated M,
Whether or
for
not
sure.
it was perceived well.
It was definitely rated M.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because rating has, well, it's changed a little bit, not too much, but I think people are more willing to play N-rated games than they used to.
I mean, back in the
What
day,
is that move you just did?
so this game, so the more you block or attack a person, the less your battery is. So you need to do that type of movement in order to charge it up.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no. Again, this game has a lot of adult humor in it.
Yeah, I see that.
Yep. So, basically speaking, is just, yeah. I don't know when did it start getting really popular with M-rated games? I guess like really like with Halo and like Call of Duty era, but when did it get really bloody?
I don't know. Maybe early 2010s?
I guess like, yeah, I guess like Doom and stuff like that was really big,
Yeah.
and then there was like always the horror games and stuff like that too,
Yeah.
like PewDiePie and stuff. Like PewDiePie definitely improved.
PewDiePie
Like,
definitely like paved the way for a lot of horror games. I feel like.
yeah, PewDiePie definitely paved the way for a lot of horror games, in the sense of like this is very popular to do, and like, oh, look at the YouTubers expression. People won't like to admit it, but PewDiePie was pretty influential with a lot of cases.
Yeah, he was very influential.
I mean, I don't really I haven't really watched PewDiePie a lot, but it definitely was one of those.
I don't really watch him currently unless he's doing like collab with like Jack, because I like watching Jacksepticeye. But I saw some of his videos early on, him and Markiplier.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, same. I've watched him and Mark and people collab together, and it was a lot of fun, definitely.
yeah, as I say, he definitely was not the first gamer
Very
on
much so.
YouTube, but he was one of the early I don't know, Kickstarters of it. He
Yeah.
definitely kind of made it into a more popular genre than it had been previously.
Yeah, that's true.
It helped it become a more popular genre. Anyway,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's no
watching gaming on
there's no denying that. And I did like a lot of like his I mean, like, heck, Markiplier helped influence with Five Nights at Freddy why it became such a big thing.
Yes, that's also true.
I mean, it was
Five Nights at Freddy.
I mean, it was also the reason why we even wanted to play Five Nights at Freddy's at one time. That's true. I used to watch him a lot, but I stopped after a while. I think because he did less games. Yeah. Basically, PewDiePie stopped doing games and he's just doing memes.
Catchy as hell.
I mean, he's still doing some stuff, but he's doing like a lot
Although,
of
there's the intestines
more
falling out.
challenges and things. What?
There's intestines just fell out.
Oh, yeah, no, that's completely unrealistic.
100%.
But whatever.
It's so
Mhm.
sublime.
Yeah, her lower intestines is hanging out. But yeah, no, I didn't watch any PewDiePie's Amnesia playthrough. I might try to.
Ooh, I enjoyed his Amnesia
One more
playthrough.
down.
That's where all the
Way to
baxes
go.
came from.
There's also the fact that I kind of
Or
also
barrels. It was barrels.
oh yeah, I did watch some of his Happy Wheels playthrough though.
Yeah. I enjoyed Happy Whales.
Happy Wheels was definitely a thing.
I very much enjoyed Happy Wheels. Especially, I enjoyed watching Jack's Happy Wheels.
I wasn't paying attention, but on anime, that death would be very dramatic. That's also true.
Yes, yeah.
Actually, I know who started. Like, it actually was pretty confirmed with a lot of people. But I was subscribed to the person who started the Happy Wheel craze actually. And I didn't realize he started it because PewDiePie and like Jack and Markiplier overshadowed a bunch of people. Overshadowed him. I mean, he actually got his own voice to be a character.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, he was the
But
Pope.
yeah, I've watched a lot of people play Happy Wheels over the years, but not too much anymore.
They don't do it anymore. Happy Wheels is basically a. It's outdated.
It's outdated for like playthrough video styles, but people still play it and make levels and all that. Like I still watch one YouTuber that plays it occasionally, and people are still making new maps every day.
That's cool. I'm happy that at least somebody has is still playing it.
It's a fun game. I don't know if they're updating it anymore.
Yeah.
But for a while they were updating it.
Yeah. One of the things about it, and I do have to agree, is that it just gets too samey because people want their they want to be featured on a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like they will be like, oh, look at this epic dodge or whatever, epic like spike fall, whatever like that, and it will always be the same. It's like the levels are not unique enough anymore.
No. You can get some. There have been some pretty crazy levels, like art style wise.
Mm-hmm.
That can, like, there was a horror level with some cool backdrops. There's someone who figured out how to make like a working car for like a speed race level. But yeah, for the most part, it's a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It was just one of those like, but no, I mean like one of the more favorite levels I remember seeing that I really enjoyed personally was that YouTuber I was subscribed to played them, and it was someone recreated all like basically Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time 64
Ooh.
and Happy Wheels, and it was just like it was also, it wasn't a short level, it was a very, very long level, and they were all really well made, custom art, had all the bosses and everything, like it worked. And it's like those levels I wouldn't mind playing over and over again just to beat, because those are really creative and those are really good.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate though.
cool.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that people nowadays just don't do that type of stuff anymore.
Yeah, or at least not as much or well done. So.
Ooh, door is almost done. Just almost done. They need shade. Looking forward to Shinobu.
Exciting.
I like art. I really do. Okay. I've tried actually drawing before many times. I don't have the patience at all.
It definitely can be a lot. That drawing I showed you definitely took me at least 5 hours just to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. I can draw. I have like the patience for like. How should I say? I have the patience for like a good 30 minutes or more to an hour. And it'd be like, oh yeah. I draw, and then I do everything, and then I trace it, and then I get a point where I get super lazy at the pants because I want the details, but it's like, no, I just want to finish this now and now and then now. Same thing with coloring. It's like, I'll just do basic colors.
Okay, well, the medium I normally like to use is pencil, and just black and white. So I shade it, but I don't actually color it. So you can do, I mean, if you have a limited patience, you can do stuff like that. A simple enough drawing and then just shading.
True. Well, I don't have enough. I don't have a patience. It might be because like I have ADHD and I don't have medication for myself. But then again, it's also that other people are way better at being patient. Dor has that.
Yeah,
I
well, I mean,
don't.
it just depends like what you like to do. There are definitely some drawings that I do halfway and then I'm like, I don't like this anymore. Just
Yeah.
get rid of it.
Yeah, I would definitely say drawing is not my type of thing. As much as like I really do appreciate and I do like drawing in its own right. Like I really do. I just can't. I don't think drawing is my type of thing for sure.
Which is totally fine. And so you could always try other mediums if you want to try art.
I mean, what other art stuff I
Or
can
just
do?
appreciate it.
What other stuff should I do?
I don't know, I mean, you could always do painting.
Yeah.
If you don't care for, like, being super detailed, you could just have fun randomly painting things.
That's true. I could, but painting also takes time for coloring and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but you don't normally, I mean, you can, but you don't always have to outline your painting. You can just start randomly having fun.
That's true, but I don't know. It's the same thing with like drawing, where I just like end up just being like, no, I'm done. I'm done with I'm done drawing this stuff. It's taking so long, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things you could try, but yeah, definitely the time thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you like drawing a lot?
Oh, yeah, I draw all the time.
Do you? I actually don't know
I
that.
draw more often than I do now.
So I guess like you do like drawing. What is the fun aspect of drawing for you then?
The fun aspect?
Yeah, why do you keep drawing?
It's something to do. I enjoy making, I guess, bringing to light ideas I have in my head, or just like starting doodles and building into something more detailed.
Okay.
Oh, it's something fun to do. It's time consuming.
I mean, there's a lot of time
I
consuming.
don't really know how to describe the fun aspect. I mean, it's something I enjoy doing, but
That's true.
by the way, are you fighting like an alien astronaut?
Yep.
Like, what is going on here?
Yep.
And death.
Yep, basically. I was trying to charge up and I shouldn't have stayed still. Let's see. Finish my longest digital there it is.
So yeah, that's definitely the digital drawing is definitely super new to me, and it's fun, but I don't care for it as much as just hand drawing.
Hand drawing is like something I still really like. It still makes me appreciate like old cartoons, anime kind of stuff, like when they actually had to hand draw on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I really like and I really miss.
I didn't really do it.
My longest digital drawing on this phone took 20 hours. You drew on a phone? Jeez.
I could never draw on a phone, man.
I
That's
can't.
hard.
I can't.
Even just drawing on my computer, fine. I mean, it's not bad, but I find it a little difficult.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
true.
Maybe I would feel differently if I had a tablet, but I don't.
I definitely feel like you, with the proper equipment, you would definitely feel a lot better in certain aspects of it.
Yeah, it would definitely be a lot easier, especially doing the outlining, and line art details. But I don't know. I think I still prefer hand drawing it. Like I said, mainly because I like shading, but I like just using my finger for shading. I don't
That's
know.
true.
I feel like I get more control in certain aspects.
Yeah, I do rub the finger for shading because I learned that as in elementary school. Someone taught me how to shade, and it was actually pretty cool.
You shouldn't stand there.
Dang it. I want to read door stuff. The whole point of ADHD is that we invest things that we enjoy, otherwise our brain doesn't provide enough dopamine to push us forward. Yeah, that's true. So if art doesn't give you dopamine, then that's all right. It's just not your thing. I've never been asked that. That's a really hard thing to answer. No, it is a really hard thing. I don't expect people to fully answer the question, what makes art fun? I just am curious because like in certain cases, like why do I consider gaming fun in that regard? It's like it's because it takes you out of reality. It takes you into a world of just a different world, different experience. It's a lot of fun and just experiencing different things and different aspects of it. That's one of the reasons why I like gaming. So it's just like, why do you guys like art? Why do you guys? What's the thing about it? Is like that's kind of what I was curious about.
Yeah.
It's the only pencil and digital art is freedom. I enjoy that. But digital art is a lot of freedom, and it's also wow, you do everything on your phone. Jesus. But yeah, I was like, actually, what other favorite thing what other things do you like to do, Alyssa?
And I like reading, but
Yeah.
I've gotten really into embroidery recently. Like, I don't know if you saw the
I did.
picture of what I made my mom for Mother's Day.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it was that was both frustrating and really enjoyable. So it's interesting.
Why do you like embroidering then? It's the same thing like art, but it's just kind of like you do something
I
cool.
think it is. I think I enjoy creating uh things I find visually pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I enjoy drawing art because the end product I enjoy looking at.
It's over,
Same with the embroidery. And I think maybe
Yeah.
it gives me something to do with my hands. Like, I've always had trouble like concentrating if my hands aren't doing anything. Like, I always want like my hands to be doing something. So it just gives my hands something to do. That's why a lot of times, especially in school, or if like I look back on
Glory to the
notes or
Soviet Union.
project, there's always doodles everywhere along the margins.
Mm-hmm.
Whether simple or complex, there's always doodles. So
It's true. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
You are now ranked
Mhm.
third.
Let's see. I enjoy being able to get all these thousands of ideas out of my head
Just leave him alone.
and
Let him rest in peace.
and see it
We must
come
discuss
to
who
life.
wears
I
its
love
policies.
sharing the things I make the others and letting them have a glimpse into my mind.
You're not gonna
yeah,
suck him up
definitely
with your
that as
damn
well.
vacuum.
I feel that same
I have
the
like
same way.
yeah, because the thing is that with art, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to try art is because I wanted to help express some of the ideas I had in my head. It's like, oh, I like to have this idea, but I can't put it out on paper, and I don't even do it justice if I do it. But it's the same time, it's like, as I mentioned, I just can't get into art. I get pretty bored by it. It's really slow and monotonous, in my opinion, obviously.
Yeah,
Uh,
it definitely can take time.
Yes, that's why it's like I want to try art. I personally do want to try art. It's just it definitely just I can't get my mind into it for sure. So it's just one of the things I eventually just gave up with it, to be honest.
I have arranged the next match. Only two left. Win this and that.
Like draw whatever with painting or pen. I don't like that though, because I like to draw certain things like what people draw, whether it be like great scenery kind of thing, really cool characters and cool poses kind of thing. If it's just something whatever I like, it just ends up whatever I draw, it ends up just being really ugly looking, and I end up really hating it. And I like how Janine just joined us when I talk about art.
Yes!
I know.
Oh my god, perfect timing.
I know, perfect timing. And I just saw your a message to me, which is also same perfect timings.
Isn't it perfect? Isn't it great? I'm
Mhm.
so happy with how it turned out. Anyway,
I'm happy with it turned
what's
out.
happening with next art?
Dora and like Lissa and are talking about like art and stuff, like how Dora's currently drawing someone right now from this game specifically. It's in
I
the
really
media.
like Dora's art.
Yeah, if you're in the public chat, like my public Discord, just check the media share. You can see the sketches and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm currently drawing.
Yeah,
Well, not right now, but I've been working on that today.
yeah, and I was
that I
asking.
just sent you.
Yeah, and I was asking, like, for me personally, I tried drawing many times. I just, like, when I try sketching for like an hour or something like that, at most, I get really bored, and I only have, like, what? An arm and the head kind of thing. And I just, like, whatever. I start rushing it because I just want my art to be done. And then just, like, the rest of it look absolutely, utterly crap at that point. And I get really impatient, and then it's like, oh, I have to color it in. And then it's like I have to shade it, and like and like all that stuff kind of thing. And it's like I was just like mentioning, it's like I can't get into art, and so I was like asking why Door and Lissa like even art to begin with? Like, why do they find it enjoyable?
Those are good questions. Those are good questions. Also, Nick, might I suggest that you just find an art style that doesn't require small details and lots of time?
That's the problem, though. I like the details. I really do. Like, whenever I see it with people, art styles, yours or anybody else's, it's just ah.
Because there's art styles out there's a style where you block in the colors, like you block in the shapes, and then over top of that you add in details and highlights and that sort of thing, which might be more along what you want to do rather than drawing an outline first.
True.
You'll make lots of progress at first, and then you can go in and add the small things that you like.
That's also true. It's very calming, a moment where instead of having a racing mind, it's just blank. It's as neutral as breath breathing to me. It's like a kill switch for my racing thought. Oh yeah, like when you draw out your ideas, that's actually a good idea because like you're emptying out all the ideas you have and it's already on paper kind of thing.
Yeah.
Follow Bob Ross.
Some of the
favorite
my
music.
favorite
Go.
drawings that I do is when I start off as a doodle and I literally just draw lines on the paper. Like I'm just letting my hand
Those always turn
freely
out
just
gorgeous.
flick in different directions. And then it turns into something. So like I just make some lines and then look at it and be like, oh, that kind of looks like the beginning of this, and I'll go from there.
So you kind of just like draw one thing and becomes another thing later.
Yeah, basically. That's what I do when I do doodles, though.
Okay.
Like, I don't necessarily have anything in mind and just randomly start making lines.
All right. Well, then, since Janine's here, Janine, why do you like drawing?
Oh god.
I know, it's a loaded question.
It's a
Me and
loaded
Dora are
question,
having
but
trouble.
it is something I am genuinely curious as someone who's not an artist but likes art but just can't get into it. As you guys, all of you guys like art.
Yeah.
Oh god. I don't. Okay, so. That sounds so. I mean, I like it partially because I can get like the stuff that's in my mind out, and then I can like I create a physical thing from the stuff that's in my mind, and that's just absolutely cool. But why I do art, like in general, it just kind of was always a thing that I did. Like, it's been a standard across my entire life. Like, art was always a thing, regardless of what country I was in, regardless where I was. Art was sort of like a thing that I always was engaging in somehow. Like, creativity, art, all that stuff. Didn't matter what supplies I had with me, I could always do something. Like, it was always an option. So I guess it's like to me, making art is like walking. I'm not constantly doing it, but it's just natural for me to do it. I literally asked my girlfriend the other day because I was having this conversation with Matt, and I was like, "Can you even imagine like what I would be like if I didn't do art?" And she's just like, "Nah, I can't see it. Like it's so ingrained in who you are." So that's why I'm like, I don't really. I mean, I enjoy it, but like, I don't really have like a reason why I enjoy it.
I mean, that's totally fair. I mean, it's like it was always just one of those like weird questions that I kind of was always curious about as a kid, and like even now, it's like why can I get in and others can? Then again, it's the same thing. Like why do I like certain things and others don't overall than other people at the same time? Let's see. No, I get him. I used to be convinced that my style was semi-realistic, forcing myself to learn that style is probably where I got a lot of my talent from. Style was what I was right from me, but it burnt me out so easily that I never looked and it felt right. Oh yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel. It's like I like a certain art style, and I really do like to want to try
it's
that.
the worst.
Yeah, but the problem is that if I go with something that I don't like, I feel like I just will hate that art style from that point on. Like I will start hating art a little bit. So I would rather kind of learn the way I like it and learn the more realistic kind of thing to a point where I just have to sit down and try to do it, but at the same time I don't know if it is something I can really do unless I force myself to do it for a long time. So my style is actually more cartoonist and anime style. That's true. Me and you are pretty much the same, except you compare it like, oh, Dora's talking to you, Janine.
Yeah. I get you on the breathing thing. It's just, and I almost said breathing. I know that I can stop making art for periods of time, like stop actively engaging in my art and survive, while if I stop breathing, then I suffocate and die. Which is why I was like walking, because I can't go long periods of time without walking.
That's
but
true.
It's possible for me to not walk for a little while, or for periods of time.
Or forever.
I'm pretty sure I would almost definitely end it if I couldn't engage in creativity in some form or fashion. I would find a way to engage in it. I would never, like, if I can't do art, just end me. It's fine.
Oh, no.
I've lived the course of my life.
I don't want to end you. Also, Alyssa would kill me if I did that. Let's see. I'm at I'm at 3 a.m. unable to sleep because I have this idea that I have to get on paper. When I stop drawing, my mental health drop. Yeah, it's like it's one of those things like you have to get that idea out, otherwise you get bothered by it and you will regret it for a while, thinking like it's lost forever. I get that.
I've come to the realization that I have too many. I get inspired with too many art ideas to ever get through all of them. So I've resigned myself to, if I get a really good idea or something that I really want to draw, I write it down, and if it is ever meant to happen, I will I will be re-inspired to do it again at some other point in time when I've actually got the time to sit down and work on it.
So what you're saying is the
There are a
door.
lot of unfinished sketches.
So what you're saying is the door is like it's best to like learn to give up on some art, not all.
Not necessarily, just write down the idea so that you can keep it for later, because at some point, if it's really meant to be drawn, it'll be drawn.
That's true.
Also, writing it down just releases it enough from your grasp that your brain can be like, oh, okay, you're planning on doing it, so I will let you rest for now. Because I've definitely done I've had an idea at 3 a.m. and like not been able to go to sleep because the idea kept on just bothering me.
Yeah, that's true. There's times where I've had, well, okay, this is partly because I am semi lazy. Yeah, it's just times where I'm semi-lazy that there's times where I have like really weird creative dreams kind of thing, and it'd be straight up weird because like there's times where it's just like I'm in this like weird world, or like I meet these characters that I know from like cartoons and animes, and then just instantly be like, oh yeah, I met them and all that stuff, and it's like I want to write this down. Heck, one recent one was just like I don't know exact details, but I written it down where I was like being chased by a Triceratops, not Triceratops, a Spinosaurus from like Jurassic Park and stuff like that, and was going all around this places. It's like it was really weird, and it's like that. There's many times where I just want to write it down, but at the same time, it's like I don't think about it right away, or like I want to write it down. There's times where I just like did not write down many of the dreams that I thought it was pretty cool to write down. Writing down stuff is hard.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
You have to choose what words actually need to go down.
When it comes to dreams, I just type whatever I want. Grammar, mistakes, and all. Like straight up. Like if I read the entire like Spinosaurus Word document I have, I would probably cringe at every single incomplete sentence, repeat words, bad grammar, just because I had to write everything down before I forget anything. Because like I hate when dreams is like you get to a point where the dreams are too like at some point the dream you completely forget the dreams. Because they're technically not part of your proper your proper memory bank or something like that. I don't know. What's the term? What's the thingy?
It's not in your short-term memory.
Is it the short-term memory? I have no idea. I don't know where dreams are being made in your brain.
That's a...
Maybe Alyssa knows.
I think that we figured that one out, but I don't
How would
remember
I
where that
know?
would be. Where in the brain dreams are. Wait, why would that be listed?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know there
mean-
is an area that's active when you're dreaming.
I mean, she should semi-know a little bit. Obviously, it's more psychological than anything, but still, you might know.
I mean, I didn't really study dreams when I took human physiology.
Dreams are an interesting
Not
thing.
a thing that usually... Oh, they're fascinating. There's a lot of really cool stuff regarding dreams, and the fact that we don't understand why the brain needs dreams, but we understand that the brain needs to dream.
Wait, why does it
Just
need?
don't.
It needs to
We
dream?
don't know. Yeah.
Why
There's
does
a
it?
lot of like health problems that are associated with if you. They did a study where they basically woke people up whenever they started to enter the dream cycle. But like they ended up
REM
getting
sleep.
like, the same amount of rest. But whenever a person would like enter REM, they would wake them up. Or disturb their sleep, basically pulling them out of REM.
Yeah.
And they found that there were a lot of like health problems with that, a lot of health issues with that, especially with like memory. But they don't really know what the purpose of dreams is, just that there seems to be some sort of purpose to it.
Yeah. There are definitely theories out there for why, but we don't know for sure.
What's the theories? I'm curious.
I think some of the theories out there is so when we're in REM, when we're in our deepest state, which is when we dream, the brain sorts through all of the information it had gathered that day, per se. Like, we take in a lot of, I don't know what the term is for, but we take in a lot of information that we don't consciously perceive in our day-to-day life. So then the brain like sorts that out when you're dreaming, or like puts it in memories. Also just the brain essentially restarting, like flushing out certain neurochemicals and things that's maybe built up during the day that it doesn't need when the body is shut down. But
It kind of sounds like when you refresh a computer, where it's like you have to get rid of all the cache and stuff.
It also sometimes,
Maybe.
seems to make connections, or be like it takes the memories that we've had that day and encodes them in a certain way.
yeah. Yeah, so I think those, I don't know how many theories are there, but I think those are like the popular theories, but we don't really know.
Yep. Hey Shed, hey Telly, you guys came in the exact same time. Welcome. Me finishing up No More Heroes 2 as we are talking about dreams and stuff like that. Actually, like how the brain works in dreams and stuff like that. Right now, at least. An interesting talk. How you guys doing? I hope you guys doing well. And also, yeah, it's been a while, Telly. Yeah, dreams are wacky. Like we were talking about like what earlier talking about was how why we need to dream kind of thing was because of health issues. That's what you said, Janine.
Yeah,
And the theory
as far as we can tell.
yeah, and then the theory that Lissa was saying, that was one of the theories at least, was that it's like we're trying to refresh ourselves every time we dream. I think that's what you're saying.
I guess basically, yeah.
That would make. I mean, it makes.
In the
Down.
shortened version, yeah, basically.
I mean, there's
That's
also.
one of the theories.
Yeah, I mean, like it helped. I mean, that would make some sense because, like, as many people and as like experienced and mentioned that we don't ever really fully remember our dreams after we wake up because it's like it becomes like erased from our memory. It really does suck when you can't remember like a good dream or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
There are
there's
definitely
ways to
some dreams
improve
though. I don't remember all the details, but I remember the gist of it that I've had like in junior high. Just because they were like so interesting to me or so intense. But yeah, most of the time, like an hour after I wake up, I don't even.
Dream,
Same.
dreams are always fun and weird. Yeah, I've actually one of the more recent dreams I had, and well, not more recent. It was like a couple years ago at least, but I written it down on a Word doc, and it was like a super long, weird dream where I basically written out where I was like being chased by like a dinosaur and everything. It kept jumping between places and different things. It ended up just being really weird.
Yeah, I definitely have dreams where it's like time skipping and all that. But I tried writing a short story, a book in junior high about one of my dreams that I had. And I got the what's it called? The preface, not the preface. The prologue. And it was like 5 pages or something. And I got that down and it was really nicely written. I was very proud of it. And then I got to chapter 1 and it was like, I don't know how to write a story, so I stopped.
Star Wars do be looking different. I mean that could be also one of those things like as I've learned, memories are not your exact memories, which does suck to be honest. Because you're remembering how you remembered something, and there's always like
Yeah, they can be easily influenced.
yeah, because it's the same thing like with like it's like it's the same thing like how I remember certain movies, how I thought it acted this way, but then when I rewatched the movie, it acted something completely different. And it was just like, wait a minute, that's not how I remember it. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's why also eyewitness statements for crimes, while they're important, they aren't necessarily as damning evidence as they used to be, because people found out
They are
they can be influenced.
extremely faulty.
Yeah.
yep. There's a lot of reasons that memories are nice and good, like really good to have, but there's a lot of problems with it.
Yeah, oh my god, my cognitive psychology class, my early one in college really messed me up because I basically came out of it being like, I know nothing, all of my memories could be false. I did
What?
not take it well.
Oh boy,
Not take it well at all.
Yeah, that would definitely. Yeah.
that
'Cause I
sounds.
already questioned how well I remembered stuff, and it just made it like 1,000
Oh
times
yeah, by the way,
worse.
Tully, this game is extremely violent. When you start questioning your own existence, that's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like that shouldn't happen when it's like.
Lasty, man. I had a lot of fun in that.
Do you start questioning your own existence?
Not necessarily my existence, just more like what does it mean to exist?
Wait. Which
Like, what
which
makes
philosophy,
me-
which existential philosophy do you follow?
What?
For like reality and proving that reality is a thing.
Oh. I don't know. That's also a hard question.
Oh, Alyssa's getting hit with all the big questions.
I know, I am getting hit with all the big questions today. But I don't really know. I haven't thought about it a lot. I just remember I had one in-depth conversation with my professor after one of our lessons because we were talking about we were talking about is your existence tied to your body, your soul, or your memory? And I think we were looking at an argument for memory, and one of the examples was, or that had gotten brought up was, if a historian has studied, I don't remember who it was. It was just like, I don't know, Adolf Hitler all their life, and they, read all the history about them, and suddenly, like, they don't have any memory anymore of themselves. They essentially become Adolf Hitler. They're not Adolf Hitler because Adolf Hitler is dead. But then what are they if all they remember is being Adolf Hitler and they don't remember anything about essentially who they were previously? Then what do they become? Are they still technically alive or are they not? So that was one of the in-depth conversations I had with my professor for that argument. So that was an interesting one.
That's an interesting conversation there, isn't it?
Yeah, I always loved it because it's like you can never necessarily prove anything because there's always like a counter argument for whichever topic you're looking at. But you can get into some pretty interesting in-depth conversations or debates. So that was one of the things I really enjoyed about philosophy is all the different debates you can get into.
Actually, that's one of the things. Yeah, I do actually like philosophy. Learning about it is pretty boring because like the lectures and stuff. But getting into like deep philosophical talks are like, are you really you kind of thing, and all that stuff. Like, I mean, I saw this, like, this is like, that kind of reminds me of like the meme on, like, well, it's not really a meme, but it's like a joke on the internet where it's like, your personality in itself, you developed your own personality and thought processes based on the things around you, like your parents, who you grew up with, cartoons, or what you saw.
Yeah, you're essentially copying.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's like existential crisis. It's like, who are you really then, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, if you're always copying others.
Yeah. It's like, are you? Would you really call yourself unique, or are you really calling yourself like a culmination of a lot of things? And I just
see,
like,
that's another interesting debate as well.
yeah, because like
That
that.
also falls like into nurture versus nature a bit too.
What do you
Which
mean?
is always a fun one. So there's a debate in psychology that is nurture versus nature. Are we who we are because we were born that way, or are we who we are because we were raised that way?
Yeah.
Which is an ongoing, like, constantly being looked at sort of debate, especially a lot of the test subjects for it are identical twins, because that's the best way to have two people with the exact same DNA, the exact same makeup,
Yep.
or as closely as possible to like see.
Mhm.
And there are arguments for both sides, and honestly, most people tend to lean on the fact that it's a combination of both. But what they found is in certain traits, though, is that there can be like a genetic, a nature, aspect to a person that only gets triggered because the environment or the nurture activates that part of their genetics. So it's this really interesting, like, uh, what?
I'm reading
It's
what.
this really, yeah, read that. I can't read it off while I'm talking.
Oh,
Um,
just say what you finish. I'll read it off.
but it's this really interesting debate of like what makes us who we are, but also how much do our parents and the like our genetic makeup determine who we end up being. Like, are we are we actually born to be terrible people, or is it our environment that raises us to be terrible people? Also, why certain people react to trauma the way
Yeah,
that they
that's
do
me.
versus other
The no
people,
more
even if two
hero.
people are in the exact same
How
situation,
unfortunate.
like traumatic
Right when I'm about
situation,
to reach the top,
one
you have
person will come out
survived.
with, say,
I was hoping we'd
PTSD,
fight
and
after
the
I
other
became
person
number
might come
one.
out all
Sorry
right.
to crush your dreams.
And like what
I hate
causes
to do
that
it,
and that sort of thing.
but
And
I've
there's
got
this
business
whole
with that
like
son of a
it's a
bitch.
huge
And
thing.
I
And of
can't
course,
let
some
you
people
get
are
to it
like, well, you
first.
know, clearly you're
Please,
born that way, and
don't
other
think
people
of
are
me
like,
as
no,
a
you can be
useless.
raised that way.
But I will
Um,
make sure
but
your
the
victory
like the
isn't
more you
easy.
look into it, the
My
more
pride is
it
the second rank required
differently
of me.
affects different parts of our
Alright.
lives and different parts of
I
our
like that in a
identity.
woman.
Hmm.
I've seen a lot in my journey up the ranks.
Doris says IDK what it was called, but there's one thing that just fascinates me, and I love the thought of it. You're not supposed to talk about it because if this theory is actually real, then that puts us at danger. But it's still amazing. Tally, that really narrows it down, Dor. Viewers nurture. It's something about making an AI that automatically takes down things that you know aren't supposed to be up. DMCA-able content, but it's self-learning AI that knows to protect itself against viruses.
Don't you get it?
So what do you mean by that?
You are the crownless king, the one who got out. You reached the top, then walked away.
Well, I'm
But
back
yeah, no,
now.
also like with
Aren't
the
I?
whole like nature versus nurture thing and all that stuff, it's
You are
one of those
no
things like
more
it's very
hero.
fascinating to see all this different things. But also it's like
Free us all in a
it's also
crimson
kind of weird, like it kind of sucks for those people who got experimented on. Like obviously they volunteered and everything. It's just it kind of feels like a lot of it just
Usually done ethically,
yeah, usually
depending on if it was before or after a certain time period.
usually yes.
I mean, one of the studies was these two guys who were identical twins who, like, they just happened to be like, this was like they found them after the fact, sort of a thing. But when they were really young, they were put up for adoption, and or I don't know if it was one of them was put up for adoption or both of them were put up for adoption. Regardless, they ended up at a very, very young age. Like, they didn't know the other existed. They got placed into two different homes. And the researchers came in after they had become, after they were adults. These researchers did a case study on them, found them after the fact. And what turned out to have happened is that these identical pair of identical twins basically lived a very, very similar life. Like, they had wives who were very similar to each other. They had lifestyles that were very similar to each other. There was like a whole thing. It was like very strange but very interesting. But it was ethical because it's not like the researchers put them up for adoption.
That's true. Obviously, it's a different. Janine, can you read the Doors and Telly stuff?
Yes.
Because I can't read it right now.
That's fine. Dor hasn't. Oh, Dor did that. Dor said basically the AI cloud in theory reach a point where it can reach technology and erase things on paper than things like voices or people, and it can make people forget it exists. And if someone finds out that they exist and consider it a threat, they could wipe their memory to make them just think everything is perfect. I highly doubt that that's an actual thing that we have access to at this point, but
Especially with our technology right now.
I don't think it's necessarily possible with our technology. Telly says, if everything obeys the laws of physics that abide by a certain set of rules and respond a certain way, doesn't that mean you could technically calculate how everything is going to happen? Doesn't that mean that everything is predetermined, as we ourselves can alter the system that we are physically locked inside? Wait. That we ourselves can't alter the system that we are physically locked inside.
Ay ay ay. Hey Tiny, what is up? Thank you for the raid. Shoot, I need to do the raider command. Dora, can you do the raider command, please, for Tiny?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out. It's getting late, so
Well, you don't want to see the Gore Fest?
I do enjoy it, Nick, but I.
All right. Well, I'll see you later. I guess it is later today, to be honest.
Yeah, technically today.
I'll see you later today for the Sunday stream. But yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'll see both of you later.
Yes. That's,
Yeah.
well, technically not see us, talk to us.
You know what?
No, Lissa and I will just be on Facecam, like, in our own separate things. So that she and I can see each other and nobody else.
Aww.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Take care.
See ya.
Yeah. Also, thank you for the raid, Tiny. What were you playing before? Call of Duty Warzone. How was that, Tiny? Was it that? Did you win any rounds and all that stuff? Oh, thank you so much for raid, and also welcome everyone to me finishing up No More Heroes 2. Hope you enjoy your stay. It's a very bloody game with a lot of adult stuff, if you can kind of tell with this woman. Well.
Forget. Alice.
Oh yeah. Yep, bloody. And we're finishing up while talking about like philosophical stuff, by the way. So you caught us like during some deep talks right now. Door. Bye bye, pretty. Let me see. What did so Telly said that. We could not be living in the air completely overseas. Automatically forget us. Oh yeah. Cool. Oh, it's baby raid. Nah, it's fine, Tiny. A raid is a raid.
Now that was a battle. Look at this blood. We humans are alive, even if we are assassins. Doesn't matter if it's a video game, movie, drama, anime.
Dora Telly's podcast together. Dora Telly should host a podcast together. Let's see.
You can't just selfishly use death as your tool.
Psychology.
This is Alice's blood. I bet you've already
Psychology.
forgotten she existed.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Same
like
way
I
you would've
studied it or
forgotten
something.
me. That's why I'm tearing down the UAA.
Are you done bitching? You could never shut down the
It was alright.
association.
I'm a little toasted and
Something
switched
to be the
off from
best
Black
of
Ops
human
because
nature.
it was really lagging. Modern Warfare was really.
People are
Had fun with others and all
weak
that. That's cool. At least you had fun, Tiny.
I wanna
Had
be
a lot of fun.
hero by my own standards.
You need to wake up, Travis.
Oh, this game breaks the fourth wall all the time.
Goddamn advice.
Happy if you want to do next. I just prefer. But yeah, no, I'm glad that at least you had it. But I don't know about the optimization between Black Ops and Modern Warfare. But I assume Black Ops was a lot better. Though I still haven't never tried Warzone, so I don't know for certain. I don't even own Cold War. I only own Modern Warfare. That's it. This is my favorite game that I've never played. I mean, Max, it's on the Switch, and oh, no, it's not on PC, but it's on like every other console, basically. It's on the Switch, which I'm playing on right now.
Are you ready for your last
This is the final boss, guys.
You know where to go?
It's close by.
But also,
Hold on.
what were we talking about before, Janine?
It's my first time here.
Isn't it?
Whether or not technology is capable of erasing our mind, erasing pieces of our memory because it deems that we're not
Sure.
safe
Mm-hmm.
or a threat, which I really don't think that we can do. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that
Sylvia,
can
I can't
prevent
figure
your
you
memory
out.
or prevent you from
You
recalling a
don't
memory.
like me?
Um,
I didn't say
but
that.
usually the reason
There's a
why we
lot of
can't
things
recall a
about you I don't
memory is
get.
either because
You lie.
our
You're
memory
greedy.
just didn't
You're a
feel like
fucking
it was
contradiction
important
in
for us to
heels.
hold on to, or trauma.
You hate me.
Well, your personality kind of sucks.
So you do hate me.
I'm crazy about you.
What do you mean?
Fuck if I know.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Did my voice cut out?
Nope.
Cool.
Okay. That
You alright?
that was a scene. What the?
Downward fucking dog!
I guess he got what he wanted. I don't actually play Warzone because how they launch it now. Modern Warfare multiplayer shows up as Warzone launches. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense, Tiny. Why that? I was wondering why I kept seeing Warzone all the time. No, that makes a lot more sense why I keep seeing Warzone. Well, that's understandable. I get it now. Thanks for clearing that up, though. Let's see. Just come by. Oh yeah, see you later, Telly. I hope to catch you later. Anyway, this is what the technology. It wouldn't be fully unreasonable to assume that they could use electricity or magnetism to degrade certain neuron pathways that could potentially degrade memories. Just because of how they can track memories and dreams, it would definitely be a verge of science stuff. You can't, like, the thing is about tracking dreams, because I always wanted to like I always dreamt of like a time where they maybe would be able to record like memories or dreams like a videotape player, kind of like your mind as a video camera or something like that, right, Janine? You know what I'm talking about, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's so many reasons why we can't. Why? Okay. Sci-fi. Sci-fi, I totally see it being a thing. Sci-fi, it is actually probably one of the more potentially realistic things that shows up.
Mm-hmm.
However, realistically, we do not understand our brains nearly enough in order to be able to pinpoint the location of a memory. As far as I've last checked, and I will make the note that I don't study neuroscience. That's not my area of psychology that I specialize in.
Yep, true.
But as far as I know, we don't understand our brains nearly enough to be able to track it in the sense that you could just shove some electricity into our brains and be able to figure stuff out. Like, it's not really a thing that we can do, especially not ethically. Like, there are so many ethical issues with even like doing the studies in order to figure out how that works.
Yep.
The thing about the human brain, and the reason why even if we learn how it works for rats and mice, and why it wouldn't necessarily translate to humans, is because our brain is literally so complicated that in order for us to be able to understand our brain, like our current brain, it's not possible, because we would literally have to have an even more complicated brain in order to understand the current complication of our current brain. I don't know if that made sense, but basically, if we could understand our brain like fully, we'd be too dumb to understand it.
That's true. I mean, we're humans that can't even know our own brains, can't even just explore all of what's in the world and everything. So
I can see it with hypnotism, depending on the person.
hypnotism is also a weird thing. It's like I sometimes don't know how it works fully.
It's like power of suggestion. I think there's also a degree of like the person has to believe in it themselves. Though there is stuff behind it. But I don't know how much I believe in it because Mesmer was a very, very strange guy. He's the one who brought in hypnotism to therapy and psychology. Very, very strange man. Tiny says they actually display dreams, but it's very not viewable. It's all blobs of colors. I wouldn't say that they could block an exact memory, but they could track your brain patterns while remembering a specific memory. And they could potentially do things to make your brain not want to make those connections. Super fringe science, and like you said, hella unethical. Yeah, if they did, like, yeah, they can definitely, like, track recalling a memory. Like, there's research and stuff there to track how our brain fires like, the electricity around it, or to track, like, how we react. Like, they do a lot of studies regarding, like, what part of our brains become more active when we do certain things and that sort of thing. So you technically could track memory recall, and I'm sure that they've done it before. But I feel like if you shot even just, like, a little bit of electricity into your brain...
Oh god, that's either gonna
stop one of those pathways.
That either is gonna...
It's gonna have a lot of long-term side effects.
It's also that most likely there's a good chance it's gonna kill you.
Our brain can handle a decent amount, and I would hope whoever does that study isn't putting in enough electricity to kill the person.
True, but there's always the accidents of, like, if it's one jolt to a wrong place, immediate.
Or at least, like I could see it messing with memory recall for a long time.
Or permanent.
Right? Like, it would not just affect the one memory. It would 100% affect other memories, other recall. And who knows? Maybe it's not important stuff, but, like... if they possibly could, I think it would be legitimate hypnotism in the form of suggested repression. I could see that. I could see that. There's a lot that the power of suggestion can do with our brains.
What do you mean by power suggestion? Like, you suggest someone do a certain action kind of thing, or what?
Yeah. Because hypnosis works with the power of suggestion. Basically, you suggest a thing to the brain, and the brain will do it. There's a lot of ways to manipulate our brain.
Yeah, there are. Like, reverse psychology is one of them.
No, but there's, like, actual ways to manipulate our brain. For example, if you're dealing with low self-esteem, one way to work on improving your self-esteem is to talk positively about yourself. Even if you don't, like, believe in it, and even if you don't mean it, if you start talking positively about yourself, the more you do so, the more that your brain will decide that you must be telling the truth about it. And the more it will believe what you start saying, because why else would you be saying it over and over and over again?
That's true. Actually, I don't know. Did Emoto actually send you a video? Send you about I'm hearing vague rewiring topics being discussed. Yeah. Actually, this also I actually never got to thank you, Dor. Thank you for sending me that video about I'm bad. That was actually a really good video. I was not expecting it. But did Emoto send you that video about what psychologically? It was based on it's based on like the talk about video games and stuff. But it's basically the psychological talk about like you repeating yourself saying I'm bad. It just makes it worse in your mind instead of you should say like I should do better kind of thing.
It's like I sent you a video.
I'm pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure it's yours.
I don't know if Emoto sent that to me.
I could send it to you really quickly.
You're welcome to. I mean, I'm studying this stuff.
Yeah, remember.
This is within my wheelhouse.
Remember, guys, Janine is like the absolute expert in this psychology. She knows every single detail.
No. That is false. That is false. Big disclaimer: I am not a licensed therapist. The things that I say are not to be taken as actual medical advice.
I have to.
Please, it's a wild Andrew.
Is Andrew in here?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Andrew. Was it you? It was during Dragon Ball Fighters. I have to look at that. Who sent that to me? But I thought it was you. Also, how are you doing, Andrew?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Chilling.
Chilling. Okay, cool. I'm just playing a very, very violent game while we're talking about like psychological, philosophical stuff. Oh, it's 4 a.m. Oh, well, take care, Tiny, for sure. You rest up. Yeah, see you later, and thank you for the raid for so much. Hope you take care, and I'll catch you later for sure. Mailman, the easiest way I can help is to understand suggestion. Not manipulation. Okay, thanks, Tiny. Hope you have a good one too. All that stuff. Anyway, Andrew, how you been doing?
Oh, doing all right. Been busy, super busy with work.
Work has been actually getting much more busy now? Good or bad busy?
Kind of overwhelming. We're expanding. We're hiring a bunch of new people. I think probably in the past like 5 months, we probably hired 3 new people.
Oof. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
At once.
Yeah, we're trying to train them all kind of at the same time. They're all kind of different stages in their training, so it's pretty interesting.
So you're like juggling 3 different things, even though it's like exact same teachings. It's just like, oh yeah, just juggling 3 different like courses.
Yeah, juggling 3 different people, and our own work at the same time.
Oof. Well, I mean, at least you hired new people, I guess. That's semi-okay, but yeah, that sounds like it's really stressful for you. Well, and I mean, other than that, I guess, other than work, have you done anything fun lately?
I bought some random stuff to like organize my desk. I got a super cool microphone arm.
Oh.
Now I can like move it like really close to my mouth.
Oh yeah, no, I always do that with my mic too. Boom arms are the best.
Yeah.
And oh, actually, so Andrew, recently, well, not recently, but a little bit ago, I actually bought Persona 4 Golden.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I was thinking of playing it at some point, but man, it's interesting to finally get the chance to play an actual Persona game that I never played. And it was a lot of fun. Well, it's gonna be some fun about that. I mean, I haven't even tried like Persona 3 or 5.
Oh, they also put a bunch of just regular Shin Megami Tensei games out on Steam as well.
Oh,
those
right.
Those are pretty fun. Or actually, I think it's just one plus some DLCs.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of those Shin Megami Tenseis on Steam right now. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of which, do you remember the time? Because like actually, this is gonna be a completely random, different topic, Janine, by the way. But there was a time that I think it was like last week we were talking about like with Kyle and Justin, how like there was a time I didn't even I didn't know about this, but there was a time where Kyle did not know what Persona was or anything, and Justin let Kyle try Persona Q for the first time ever because he was going to the bathroom or something like that. And like Kyle did not know how to play the game, and you just basically came up to him and said, "Just brush, nerd." Is that true?
Well, like Persona Q.
I'm sorry, I didn't what?
No, you didn't do anything.
You're Andrew.
Andrew.
Okay, I was like, I don't think I did that ever to Kyle.
Yeah, no, this is Andrew. All Andrew.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I believe it.
yeah, like the link skills in the first Persona Q game are super OP. So, I think once you get like Kanji, I think he has the first one just like off the bat.
Yeah.
You just roll.
I think you remember you saying that also like with Justin that Kanji in Persona 4 is absolute garbage.
I
But
don't
in
recall.
Huh?
I don't remember that. I don't remember the game.
All I know is that you guys said Kanji was not good in Persona 4, but in Persona Q he's like the god. I don't know. Again, I only see you and I only seen like gameplay of it from Justin mainly, but yeah. Oh, let's see. How long has been? Oh yeah. Shed, how you been feeling? What?
George, can I ask, do you see an art therapist? Like, do you actually see an art therapist, or is your psychologist just using art? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Just...
Oh yeah, by the way, Andrew, have you gotten all your shots yet? Speaking of that. Oh, he muted himself. I know Justin recently got his second shot recently.
Yeah. Do you have all of your shots?
Yep, I got all my shots. It's been more than 2 weeks now, so I am able to hang out with people who are fully vaccinated. Without a mask at least. Yeah. Oh, I was asking Shed, how are you feeling about your injections? Like, I'm assuming you got your vaccines, right? How you been doing? Stable life with psychology. Oh yeah. She just uses art because she knows me and that what works. She specializes in work with children and neurodivergent children. Not vaccines? Wait, what's in injections? I'm okay. Then I confused that. Nani?
Injections? I guess they were talking about a different injection.
Give me the drugs, doc.
Only people over 50 can... Oh, right, you're in Australia.
Oh yeah,
So
right.
hello, Matt.
Oh boy, he wants me to open a card pack right now.
Your game's not over yet.
My game. Wait, Apex?
No, you've been watching Sports Ball.
Oh yeah, because my stream is way more important than stupid sports ball, of course. Oh, wait till Matt get triggered. I'm waiting for it. When's the Matt triggered word coming out?
I don't know. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
I might have been overdoing it.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, was that the message that you sent me? I did not understand it. I was just gonna be like, woo, go your team.
I mean, that still would make sense, and nonetheless. I will open a card pack, Matt. I'm almost done beating this game.
things that for what things Twitch like censors for me, because half of Matt's conversations are always just censored.
It's like, hey, it's like, hey, Janine, why don't you get over? Like, it's just like something like that.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure if he's swearing or being mean.
I missed school provided injection because I was away for the day and I have booked it with my GP to get them done. Okay. Now it's time to get... Okay, celebrate. Oh, Janine, that's... thanks, Janine. I mean, still makes sense.
Yeah. I can't read that last part, though.
People under 50 here are encouraged not to get the COVID vaccine yet, of course. We got our how do you say that word, Janine?
You're asking the dyslexic. Meningococco.
I keep forgetting who's the dyslexic. I really am forgetting who's dyslexic. I'm sorry, Janine.
You're good. You're good. I'm just, see, why is... No, it's not censoring. I think Lissa has the diagnosed dyslexia and I have the undiagnosed dyslexia.
Yeah, I know Lissa is dyslexic. I just don't know who else is. I keep forgetting who is who. Who is who? Yes, who is who? No, who's dyslexic?
That's fair. It's okay if you forget that I am. I'm not diagnosed, so, and mine's not that severe.
I don't understand why my chats are being censored. Like, hi door, hi uncle. I'm just gonna censor everything. Men in cock.
It's okay. That should be anyways censored all the time. Oh no. Oh, thank God we're not in a public Discord. I would get yelled at immediately for that.
For what?
Nothing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. I don't know what you said. I can't read it. It's getting censored. Twitch. It's Twitch's fault, not mine.
Wait, are you saying like in my chat or whispers? In my chat?
Oh no. If we were in like one of the public Discords instead in a call, I would get yelled at by Matt.
Yeah, but
I feel like Matt would jump in.
But what's getting censored? I'm confused. Like, where are you getting censored?
Basically, like, oh no, in the Twitch chat.
In my Twitch chat.
Things are just being censored because because the auto censor thing that I've got going, or auto filter thing that I've got going, is probably on like the. It just likes to censor a lot of things, and I haven't changed the settings on it.
That's fine. Yeah. Speaking of which, guys, actually, I don't know if I want to announce this yet because Carl hasn't announced it yet. But yeah, I mean, we had Carl and I had a meeting earlier. Like, there was that meeting, Janine specifically, about like some stuff he wants to do for his streams, and he's changing up Sunday streams. Which I don't know. I think Max and Gonsu will really benefit from it. I'm just saying. You got. I'm just saying is all that stuff. But actually in that regard, I might have to start making a server for the L fighters just so we can all like organize some calls together. Because Max and Matt, I told Carl this, but so Dragon Ball FighterZ actually does allow you to play mods online, but you need to have everyone have a mod and have anti-cheat on. Not anti-cheat on, anti-cheat off. so you can know what that you're playing with people with mods. And I was thinking gathering everybody with different mods for a shuffle party and with turbo controls. Like with turbo controls, you know, the turbo controls where you can cut mid like stuff. I think that would be funny. Turbo. I think Matt's getting slightly triggered with that. Oh, let's see. Is it okay? I'm just wondering, Janine. You can see it on my stream at least, right? What's being said? Yeah. Okay.
It's just in the chat. Like, it's just my settings.
That's true. Okay. How you listen here, Blazer?
That doesn't mean that I want to know what Matt's saying. Anyways, it's fine.
Oh yeah, I did censor Shet's name. I mean, I was doing it. While Max celebrating. Okay. Turbo. Yes, Shet, always. Turbo is honestly a different game, Max, but I thought it would be a funny thing to do just for like a night, alright? All of us gets mods, all of us gets random gets skins, the same skins, and we all play together, and then just like starts being ridiculous. I just want to be like Max down, dude. This is just, I know it's just gonna be a one night thing, but I thought it was gonna be a funny thing where we're just like, because like Shuffle Party was really funny, and then just like Turbo would just makes it even more broken in the regard. Also, I'm cutting up a lot of people. This is proud of me, right, Janine? Would you say so?
Yes. Lisa is very, very proud of you.
Yeah.
Lisa is always very proud of you when it murders.
Unfortunately, I don't think she's gonna be very proud of me for tomorrow.
Is it that I'm so curious, but
okay.
also like so concerned.
Okay, I have ideas, okay, Janine, for my character, but I haven't thrown that at Jamie to get them approved yet.
Oh, Jamie will probably approve them as long as it's not nothing too like terrible.
Oh yeah, no, I am fairly confident. It's just one of those things that Jamie hasn't approved yet, so I can't say for certain. But if they are approved, everyone's gonna have a fun time with my character. I'm just saying.
Also, does the chat know what's happening?
Nope.
Or...
It's still secret because tomorrow I actually am streaming at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time for what we agreed on is about like 2 hours, because based on like the time Jamie has.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see what starts in store, and this is not going to be a one-time thing, this is going to be at least a few weeks by the looks of it. We are going to do something special tomorrow on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a little bit before Carl's stream, so if you guys want to see what is going to happen, feel free. I just know that we have a few people involved with it. Obviously, Janine has been confirmed to be involved with it, Jamie, and all that stuff. So, you guys have some clues, but I'm not going to tell you everything until it happens. Just say everything is going to be in the works, and it's going to be probably stupidly chaotic, is all.
It's going to be great.
I don't know how you feel about that, Janine, after everything.
You've heard about what I'm bringing in.
Yes.
You know what sort of weirdness I am bringing to the table.
I've heard, but at the same time I forgot some of it. So,
I mean, you've seen what I'm bringing in.
True. I'm excited for the new overlays I've been working on, so I need to finish up a few things on it before I fully set it up and everything. Obviously, I need to get everyone's art ready, and obviously, I think at this point, Chris and I are the only ones who are not ready. But everything else is fine.
If I wasn't so busy tomorrow, I would offer to like do the art for yours.
No, it's totally fine. I think it would have been funnier if I just drew something, because I'm doing this.
Draw a stick figure and I'll do you proper art later.
No, I'm doing this in honor of what the time I saw Andrew's art. I would just say that.
Fair enough.
I'm doing this in honor of Andrew's art. Anyway, let's see. Let me see. Ouch, door hit so hard. Same. Nick, it's my worst mod. Lol. What you drinking? I shed some Jameson. Ooh. So guys, can I share a drawing from this, my little psychologically? It's funny. Go for it, door. Are you basically ready, Janine, for tomorrow?
No.
What
do you think I'm working on right now? Why do you think I'm awake right now?
That's true. I'm probably not going to sleep because I was trying to work on the writing and everything too. I think all of us are doing, a lot of us are doing last minute stuff. Well, maybe not Lissa, but I think a lot of us are doing last minute stuff, to be honest. Alright, I think this is the final boss of this game. Otherwise, there might be a post-game boss. I'm not too sure.
Bat! There you are! Travis! Took you long enough!
That guy's bald.
How will he make his entrance? Is he emo or grunge? What's his fighting style? How's his broken
Why are
face
you
gonna look when he dies?
responding to yourself?
You know, I'd have no idea.
Why'd you kill him?
Ironic question coming from an assassin. Did you honestly think you could take so many lives and never suffer retribution? Have you never even seen
Dora says the whole point is drawing a happy memory to help rewire my brain to remember good memories. Ooh, I love that.
That's an interesting idea.
But my two brothers as well. That is why I took your best friend's life.
Oh, God.
Makes sense, Travis. It's called poetic justice.
There's a lot. There's so much cool stuff that art can do for your brain.
So naive, Travis. If
Sorry,
you have someone to
I'm.
protect, you will lose them eventually.
It's really late,
See for yourself.
and now we have encroached onto my topic of study.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's just way too much. Like, I apparently get highs from making fun of Matt, so, you
Nothing
know.
left except this one. Now I know you'll put all you have into this.
You're gonna fucking pay.
Yes.
He killed Shinobu.
Get angry. So
Uh-oh,
angry
Dora's
you
upset.
convulsing.
Also, hey, Liz.
Now,
What's up? How you been doing?
Why is Dora's upset?
Welcome to me fighting the final boss of No More Heroes 2, and also Dora is very upset because the drawing you saw in the media share, that's the character who the head he killed supposedly. So basically, what Dora would want me to do is murder this man.
I mean, what's stopping you?
Game progress. Yep.
Got it.
Anyway, Lith, how you been doing? Lith, you been doing fine? I'm just waving my arms around as I beat up this person. I'm literally don't know how I got him down. I'll take him out for you, Dor. I'm good. The game looks fun. Love them all. Yeah, this game is a bloody game that is very adult oriented, like with themes and stuff. Like it has a lot of adult jokes and humor. So it's I would say it's very fun, but the second game is way better than the first one because the first one has not aged well. That's my big problem with it. So if you are interested in this game, I highly recommend starting with the second one, unless you're like me who wants to play the whole series. Then I would say kind of start with the first one, otherwise you kind of ruin your experience. But anyway, other than that, I'm glad you're doing well, Lith. I want that child 6 feet under. Uh-oh. Door is really mad. Janine, I think you need to tell Door to calm down. I'm scared.
Door, let's be very, very calm about this. If you kill him now, bloody and brutally, it'll only be for a limited amount of time. Clearly what you want is a long form of torture. It's okay that you're angry. I fully understand and respect that. We should just take our anger out in the long-term format rather than short-term.
So yeah, just to explain.
Calmly tear his head off.
Yeah. So to explain what this guy did, he basically at the beginning of the game, he killed Travis's best friend, and right then and there he killed 3 people. One of which that he really loved as a woman, and the others like he respected as a rival, and another that was basically a person that he spared in his fights, and she thinks of him as his master, as her master. And Shinobu, which is the person that Door really likes because of her design, was one of those. And that's why Door is very, very upset.
I mean, that's fair, but like, don't put him 6 feet under when you can slowly flay off his skin.
See,
you still get the blood.
See, this is coming from an expert who does murder all the time. Or at least helps with murder all the time, Janine. I'm just saying. I'm not wrong, Janine.
Yeah, no, Door, what you want is you just... Yes, exactly, thank you. That's... I'm not saying that he won't be dead by the end of it. I'm saying, like, you want to drag it out so that the suffering is longer, so that you make sure that he feels the pain. You don't know what's going to happen after he dies. I don't murder you in RDMs. We're very lively in our DMs for that.
Yeah, they are. I can tell. Anyway, let me read some chat while this is going. The platter. You know, I have natural highs about like being outdoors. Talk about take them out with chest. It's like I was gone for 2 seconds and I already see Matt and Door fight. Not Matt is fighting with Janine. Door wants to kill this child. I'm doing Door a favor. I know
Honestly,
a few.
I'm surprised that Matt isn't fighting back more.
This boss fight's gonna take a while, is all. Door. Don't expect this to be done right away. I want to murder Cough Okumura. I don't know that. Who owns Okumura? I actually don't know who Okumura is, Liv. Who is Okumura? By the way, I'm putting the thing in Discord. Good. Hope he suffers. He's one of those that oh, okay. This guy's annoying.
POV, you're getting your school injection. Big and strong.
They're just
Shit.
replicas. Serious? Jeez.
I
Well,
like
aren't
your
I a
drawing,
gullible
Door.
idiot? These are pretty sweet, actually. Think I can take one of these home?
After you kill him, why not? I'll handle his ring piece guns.
Thanks, bro.
Shinobu's alive. Dora's happy now. Dora's very much happy right now. Colonel, where's Shinobu? Bring her in here.
I've been waiting for this.
I'm gonna murder you. You tricked me. You made Dora angry. There you go. His voice is actually really annoying. Colonel, oh, I'm about to kiss him. What the heck? I got a video of that.
No, not yet.
Also, I never played Persona 5, so I don't know all of the stuff in Persona 5. So I don't know who Okamura is for sure. So, but I'll take for your word for it, Lith. If I only had Justin in here. Oh, bye, Andrew.
Say goodbye.
That's what usually Andrew does. What? I dodged. Was this one of the later fights? I'm guessing it's one of the later fights, Lith.
Damn it.
How does he have superpowers? Yeah, second to last? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh. Ooh. Oof. Oof. Oh, I can't get out of the corner. He has me in the corner. Ooh. Okay, that was a combo in the half. Well, I died. I didn't even think he can punch me out of the window.
This is a fight to the death.
Huh?
Fenestration. Well, I guess it's not punching out of the window, it's throwing someone out of the window.
I mean, he did technically combo me out of the window, so I don't know.
I really enjoy the art that I see in yours. It's always fun to see.
I thought you were gonna just like, though I really enjoy like something else. I don't know. You were
I
slurring.
really enjoyed defenestration. People out of windows.
That's
No.
true.
Don't do it that often.
What the fuck?
You don't do it that often, like where you throw people outside the window. But it's cleaner. You don't have to clean up the room. I mean, it's true, Janine. It's someone else's work. It's someone else's work.
I have to ask Alyssa what she thinks of people out of windows.
Maybe like ask her tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna be available like as much as I can tomorrow. Just like ask all the last minute questions.
Oh, did you see Jimmy's message about asking this?
Yep. Oh yeah. I mean I assume he's gonna be because like Jamie's the only one that's gonna not be available right away. Oh yeah, it was funny that Chris was like hearing Jamie talk to Lissa. Like it was funny because it's like Lissa just joins in during like Fire Emblem and stuff, and then he would just be like, it's like, were you talking to Jamie earlier? It's like, yes. It's like, oh, that's like, yeah, I could hear all you and Jamie talk all the time. It's like, huh, I wonder what they were talking about. Oh my god, what is this fight? Oh my god. What the heck? Yeah, he throws me so much that I can't. If thrown hard enough, you could do defense strat. Yeah, it's so hard to get out of. The combos. This guy is so annoying, and also getting up is really difficult. I'm just gonna mash at this point. There we go. I think I got it. Oh boy, that took a while. That took a while. Well, I mean, at least that boss fight wasn't as bad as the last one. It definitely just was annoying with the teleporting and everything.
And that's a wrap.
No, not yet. Now that's hideous.
Oh my god, what happened?
Assassins pull the craziest shit.
Oh, I replied in my head. It's like, door. Thank you, disembodied voice. I'm glad you're drawing.
Wait a second.
And now my second most points on channel. Nice. I passed Matt.
It's not happening, brother. I can't be associated with that travesty. I mean, I've got standards, for fuck's sake.
Suit yourself. Now,
I do spam the attack button.
once and for all.
I mean, at least I passed Matt.
Unleash your hate, your anger, everything. I'll take it all and fucking kill you with it.
How many? What is this? This is ridiculous. What is this? I'm mashing the button. I'm mashing buttons. Ow, I'm mashing buttons. I mash buttons. I mash buttons. Oh, hey, chest back. I'm trying to kill him, Door. He's a giant Elmer Fudd. He's literally a giant Elmer Fudd. Yeah, this is like absolute, like, what is this fight? Oh wait, that. Okay, this fight is just awkward and not. What am I supposed to do for that? What am I supposed to do against that? Janine, what am I supposed to do against that? I'm asking you because you're here right now.
Throw sand in his face? I don't know. Oh, fudge. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, I was, Matt. That's the game's gimmick. That's legit. It's game gimmick.
Call the toy store and ask them to return a toy.
That looks so wrong on so many levels. Just saying. I guess it's rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Emerald Flood season. You should have seen the beginning of this, Matt. Oh. Oh, that's an anime explosion right there. Dora killed him.
Now that's paradise.
You have solve a Rubik's Cube. There's a site that you can look at the Rubik's Cube, Hayden, by the way. Also, that's the end of No More Heroes 2. Now, that was a game. Definitely better than the first one. Also, how are you doing, Hayden? You been doing well? So, this game was definitely a lot better than its predecessor. I like the ridiculousness more in this one than the first one. It definitely improved a lot of the gameplay for sure. Boss fights are still kind of annoying in certain parts, like that fist like that kept pummeling me, but it wasn't as bad as the previous one. They were less tedious, it was a lot easier to kill, and it was a lot more variety in it. So this game is definitely shorter, but it definitely showcases better improvements. I would much prefer this over it. I'm glad that I'm glad that I even got to play the second one, because the first one was definitely such a sour, left a sour taste in my mouth that I ended. What ended up happening was I kind of didn't want to go into the second one. But at the very least, I'm glad that like Krogan told me the second one was better, and I'm glad I gave it a chance. So now I'm more willing to try Travis Strikes Back and the No More Heroes 3 for sure. The humor kind of reminds me of Yakuza 0 from what I could see. I could see that. This humor is more like, it's very bloody. It's really utterly ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. It just is what it is with a lot of adult stuff. It's a fun game to play. Story-wise, I've talked through cutscenes and stuff like that. It doesn't really need any like to pay attention to the story. It's just that Travis needs to beat people. That's it. And so that's kind of what I see it as. It's not anything more than a fun little hack and slash game, which the mini games also were improved, and I like the little bits and stuff like that. So it's definitely more enjoyable. So I highly recommend, if you guys are interested in this one, just play No More Heroes 2. There's no real need to know No More Heroes 1 outside of like, what are these characters, and all that stuff. If you want to know No More Heroes 1, just look at a Let's Play or something. If you want to try it, I definitely recommend trying 1 because it's just hard. You're gonna get that full art card pack. I know this. All right, Matt. Matt, tell me. I have 16 packs currently. No, not 16. I have 15 packs currently with more coming on the way, but only have 15 packs right now. Give me a number between 1 and 15, and I'll pick that pack. And you'll find, you'll see if it has a full card art or not. But I'll let this credit play out. I'll see if there's any like post-game stuff. I'll just really quickly look at it if this game doesn't immediately show it. Kind of hope not, because at least I like to end it off on like a interesting note. 1 through 15. 1 through 15. Give me a number. Or Matt, better yet, ask. Do you want me to ask Janine to choose for you?
Nah, he wouldn't trust my luck.
Maybe your luck is better than his. Who knows?
Does he have terrible luck? Matt, do you have terrible luck?
With Broly, yeah. Very much so. It made him spill his beer multiple times. Oh yeah, he's saying that you'll mess it up, Janine.
Yeah, that checks out. I don't think he trusts me very much.
Do you even trust your own luck, Janine?
To keep me alive, yes. Everything else, not really.
Keeping you alive, yeah, that's the base minimum. It's like, what about like winning a lottery or something?
No, any of those raffles, I don't think I've ever won a single raffle.
Same.
That I've participated in my entire life.
Finn. Also, she just stole my motorcycle. Wow.
Finally, here she is. Sylvia. I was looking for you.
There. At some point in time, you're gonna have to stop crying about spilt beers.
Yep.
Even if it's not now.
My eyes. Can I open my eyes?
Yeah, it's real. Let's go home. Santa Destroy needs us.
Travis, my no more hero.
Oh, that's a nice, sweet ending. That's a nice, sweet ending. I wasn't paying attention too much for what she's saying, but now that's a nice, sweet ending.
Good job, Nick.
Good job. Yeah, I'm good job.
I mean, the only way to zone out is to zone out exactly when all of the important information is coming at you, right?
Mm-hmm. Matt, don't remind. I will always remind him of his spillage, no matter what. It's gonna haunt him to the end of his day. No, it's not gonna haunt him to the end of his day. It's gonna haunt him even after he dies, in the afterlife.
I mean, apparently it was so terrible that I had to know about it, even though I wasn't watching the stream or in the call when it happened.
Much has changed in Santa Destroy. Giant corporations, rampant city development. The assassin's underworld has become a commodity. A chance for profit and entertainment for the masses. But shadows from the wilder days still linger. Travis, a man who slashed his way to the top, then walked away, has become an urban legend many even doubt was real.
Okay, there's no post-game stuff, so I did beat this game. It's all done. I guess that just means that we beat all No More Heroes 2. I was not expecting that. I will never die. I didn't even meet. Oh, Janine, what did he text you?
When he spilled his beer that one time. The first out of all of the instances of spilling his beer that day. The first time he accidentally sent me fudge, but with the hard K.
Oh, of course. Also, Lilith, defeat your 70.
He didn't realize he sent it to me until after I asked him what was going on, because that was the only message that I received with no context.
Funny. I will defeat your 7 evil X's. I mean, I do have to technically Scott Pilgrim on PC and Xbox, so I could technically go on that journey. That's a fun little game. I would like to have people to play that though.